Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to a pretty random live stream. Big up to y'all in the comments. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about just some random general football transfers making their debut on the channel. Elena, Tottenham.
Can you
What's
hear
going
me?
on? Yes, I can hear you. I can see you. Fine. Doing
Hi.
great. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Just chilling.
Good.
Just chilling. I also got Prime and Chloe with me as well to talk about Prem in general. What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing?
Hope everyone. Hope everyone's well.
Prime, how you doing?
I'm good. Aside from some Chelsea stuff, I'm good.
Why? You're linked with Osimhen.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about my fan base. My fan base is.
Oh well, your fan base is always fucking.
He's sounding more and more like like me as the days go on. Oh, you don't know? We didn't know me back when I was streaming, but Prime had some problems with my opinions, and now he's sounding like me, which is great.
Okay. Fair enough. Big up 10. No need for Newcastle news. There's nothing really going on. Hey, our new away shirt's looking nice. Look, our third kit. Yeah, actually, on the topic of kids, Elena, what do you think of We'll start out with this, which is with some basic kid talk. What do you think of the Tottenham shirts that got released?
So bad this year. Like
you don't like them.
All of them are so bad. Now, what I like about my Tottenham shirts is I like a clean white shirt.
All right, so we'll start with this one.
Yeah. I don't like the sleeves. It screams. I know we are
Arsenal,
but it screams Europa League to me.
What do you mean it screams Europa League?
Yeah, but you're in the Europa League, so it's
yeah,
fitting,
it fits.
Yeah, but I don't want to aim for that. That screams like we're going to stay there. That looks like a championship shirt. It's just horrendous.
It kind of looks Preston North Endy. You're kind of right. Yeah.
I don't like it because classically our shirts are all white and look like
all white. Yeah.
The Real Madrid vibe. Not that we act like Real Madrid, but it is nice to dress like.
Like this one. I'm assuming you like this one a lot.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
Yeah,
that's a dope one. I can't lie.
That's my favorite. I have
not really vibing with this one.
No, but it's gonna get worse. So you carry on.
What would you give it out of 10?
It's average. I'll give it 6.
Yeah. Oh, big up. Yeah. Prime, you was commenting. My bad. Yeah, I feel you with the Spurs. Like.
Oh, where's he gone?
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, he's gone. But yeah, as you were saying, Elena, about the kits.
Press the wrong button. My bad.
Yeah, as you were saying about the kits, what are Spurs kits typically like? Do you, as your fan base in general, do you guys typically love your kits when they come out each year?
I think I love the home kits normally. Like I like when they're clean. I like the home kits. Let's get onto this away kit because there's a lot more to say about that. Because that is horrendous.
So your away kit, I like this.
This looks like pajamas.
Yeah, it looks like a very comfortable looking shirt.
This is horrendous. This reminds me of bananas in pajamas, and I don't like it.
No. Wait, what did you said bananas?
Because they wear blue and white stripes. It looks like that.
I actually don't mind that. I don't mind. I feel you though. What? You're just not really a stripes.
I'm not the kind of stripes. This is horrendous.
The shorts, they got that nice little.
The shorts are better than the top. I mean,
there's Dragusin. It looks better. Does it look better in person?
Better.
Yeah, because he is a very good-looking man.
No. The colour's more vibrant. Well, he is, yeah, but the colour's more vibrant.
Yeah, that's that. I do agree with this. What you just
fucking Prime, honestly. Yeah, no, I feel it. I think it looks better like in the photo, but I
haven't actually been to the shop to see it, but
the actual photo, the color is just
the third kit, which is also a fucking nightmare.
So this.
Ooh.
Now,
nice.
why is the night tick looking drunk? Just anyone can give me the reason. I'd love
They're
to.
doing that on all the third kits. They've done it on ours as well, and I think they've done it on
Yeah. Nike. Like if you look at Atletico Madrid's one, it's gonna be what's
So
it
weird.
called?
Just so weird. I don't like it.
I mean, it's a bit busy.
It looks
It's busy.
Do you know what? They're trying to recreate our iconic green shirt. Now, I like the badge. I like the shielded
Yeah, the badge is dope. That badge is fire still. Yeah.
They're trying to recreate our green kit that we got to the final in. That's what they're trying to do.
From when? What year?
2019.
2019 when we made the Champions League
Oh,
final.
yeah. This one.
No.
Oh, it's the one before.
You can't find it to buy it anywhere, so you might not find it on a website. Like, I literally want one. Oh, it's there.
Oh, is it this one?
That
This one.
Love this shirt. Only because of the memories. But love this shirt.
That's fair.
It means a lot to me.
So overall, for the trio, you're not impressed?
It looks like a very championship trio. I'll give it like 5.
A 5.
I like the goalkeeper shirt.
Yeah, the goalkeeper is fun.
Those are basic, but yeah, I feel you. Now, Chloe and Prime, I gotta get your thoughts about the Chelsea shirts. I think you've released all 3 pretty much.
I don't think we've released the third one yet.
What are you saying? What are you saying about this, Prime? What are you saying? I quite like it actually. It's different. Looks like water.
I
It
like
looks like a busty.
I don't. Yeah.
It's like what?
I don't get the complaints. I like it. Like
Yeah.
Like this.
You like the red.
Everyone complaining. Like
it looks like a lamp.
What? Yeah,
like
but like people
lamp.
who are complaining about that. Yeah, but like lava lamps look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's what they did.
I don't have a problem. Like people complaining about our shirt. Like if we do something special this season, people will then change their minds. So like let's just wait and see. I like the shirt. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm getting Victor's name on the back, so I'm happy. Regardless.
You're getting what?
Hyman. He's getting Victor's name on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, Seaman. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. I thought you were gonna get Gusto Prime. That's what I thought.
Well, listen, one at a time, man. One at a time. Let's focus on the main thing at hand, and we can go get Gusto later.
Jesus Christ. That's what home is awful. They had to use Hazard for marketing. The away one, don't be fooled by the color. It does look like white.
But he spent about £300 the other day in the shop.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Kurt. Hey, I asked the same question.
What happened to Gusto? Hey, yeah.
Overall, Chloe, what would you give this out of 10? What would you give this out of 10? And Prime? I'm saying an easy 7.
5. I can't make up my mind whether I like it because, like I said earlier backstage, I saw someone in it in real life and it made me like it a bit more, but I still don't love it.
It's actually quite. I think it would look quite cool.
It looks better on the players, definitely.
It looks good.
Yeah, I quite like it.
I just don't. I like simplicity on a shirt, so for me that's too much.
But at least you don't have bananas in pajamas, so it's fine.
Yeah, because over the 2 kits, I like.
At least my guy Radu Dragos is looking good in it. My Romanian brother. But yeah.
I do
the
love
away kit. Like it looks cool. It's clean. But my thing with white kits is that.
Choose your words wisely.
Okay. I mean, if a Real Madrid fan was there, they could have said that to me. But fine. My thing with white kits is that they can get like stained or damaged too easily.
Yeah, but it looks worked hard. I love that. I love them looking stained at the end. I want my defenders to grass stains all over it.
You want them to get stuck in, mate.
100%.
Fucking for that.
You know, let's not. Oh, okay, we'll get to that later, Chloe. You're jumping the gun. We'll get to that later. But in terms of the kit, like, it looks good. It does look clean. Like I'm not gonna lie. But
is this orange or that's orange? Okay, that's orange.
It's orange.
Yeah,
it does. But I just think Chelsea
it looks like a
going
red.
away.
like the extra color.
Chelsea going away to like Azerbaijan, and we're gonna get kicked up and down the field, and that kit's gonna get stained, and we're gonna lose like 1-0. Like, but I don't know, I like the kit. It looks good.
You're gonna lose to
Mudryk looks better with that haircut. Mudryk looks better.
100%.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, wait. Talk about this, Chloe. What's wrong with Mudryk's hair? He got rid of it.
I don't look at the. I no longer look at the
Misha.
TV when he's on my screen now and moan. Essentially, it's just like,
Fucking.
okay, no, maybe not the full on moan. You know what I mean? Like I only go like, oh, hello. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit of eye candy.
He looks like he's going to prison. That's what I'll say.
It looks like he's about to join the army.
No, he looks like
Mudryk looks like he's finally going to take football seriously. So hopefully he'll start balling out for us.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I said hopefully. I don't have.
It didn't really work for Jackson, did it, when he got his haircut?
Hey, scored at top.
What do y'all giving this out of 10? I'm
8.
saying again, it's
everyone
7.
scores at Tottenham, mate. Yeah, I think both kits are like 7s.
That's fair.
Then
Chloe,
again,
what
like
about
it depends what we do. If we win something this season, then people will love the kits. So
yeah.
I don't agree with the whole winning something in it.
Really?
Change me.
Bro,
Nah.
I've seen
Badge drops it to a 5.
Chelsea have some like
I rate
average
it an 8.
kits, but because we've won the Prem, bad kits. But because we've won something, people love them. Like that's the same thing could happen.
I would hate my badge to be red because Tottenham, Arsenal, obviously. I don't wear it anyway. But like, I wouldn't like the red badge if I was a Chelsea fan, I think. But I don't know how much you lot hate.
No, this one's orange. The home one is red.
No, I swear the home one's orange as well. Well, like a tangerine colour.
It's a very orange.
That's orange. This is
orange.
Yeah.
Blood orange. It's close enough.
Blood orange. That's what it. Thank you.
Orange.
Thank you. Now this one, I don't know if this is orange or not.
It is.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's orange. Okay. That looks great. Yeah. I go 7 out of 10 for both. What are you saying, Chloe?
8 out of 10.
8.
My favorite's the next one though.
And this one you like a lot, yeah.
Oh, I like that. Other than
that's cold.
Has that been released? Has that been released?
No, but essentially
officially.
It's pretty much.
I'm just glad they took the yellow bit off the sleeves because I remember when we looked at like a few months ago, like the leaked version, there was a yellow stripe on the sleeves. I'm glad they've took that off.
I do like black kits. I've been calling for one for ages, but
same. No, I love me a black shirt.
Yeah.
Red, orange is still horrible. Looks like the Albania Euro shirt. It kind of does, low key. The Albania shirt was nice looking. Yeah, I like this, bro. Like I'm trying to think of a Chelsea shirt that had pink on it.
I don't mind pink on football shirts.
Yo, same.
Black and pink, what a nice combo. That is actually a really nice shirt.
Yeah, I'm giving this. Depending on the spot, if it just looks like this without the sponsor, this is a 9 out of 10. Easy.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy 9 out of 10.
Then I wish that was a Tottenham kit. Like,
yeah, that would look fine. What are you saying, Prime, about this one?
I think it looks good.
Yeah,
I prefer.
My favorite part is that you've got the lion as the logo. I've wanted you guys to do that forever. What's with the rotated swoosh? Honestly, I got no idea. But
I hate it.
I feel like it's gonna grow on me though. I do feel
maybe when I see it properly. I haven't actually seen it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Wait, Prime, what were you saying? You there?
I think he's lagging. I'm not sure.
He's lagging like fuck. Anyways, so that's the Chelsea shirts. Now with Newcastle. What are we saying about this? We finally got Adidas back. Finally.
Oh, I love Adidas kits.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I don't typically like Newcastle shirts because I don't like stripes.
Oh, you're not a stripes person.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
as
the same with
we've
stripes as
realized,
well.
I don't like stripes. I just think it looks messy. But as a Newcastle kit, it's decent. There's nothing really going on. It just it's Newcastle. When you look at it, it's Newcastle. Not like these lot when they had that fucking Crystal Palace shirt. Sorry, I
actually like that shirt.
It looked like Crystal Palace. I had to check who was playing. Like it looked like Crystal Palace was playing. Like all the time.
Bruno's looking good in that.
Now there's a good-looking model.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I like that you've just gone back to your roots. It's just a Newcastle shirt. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting this. This is fire. I'm giving this like probably an 8. Yeah, same. I'm going with 10. 8 out of 10 for me. I fucks with this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I fucks with this. Prime, Chloe, what you saying about it?
I don't like the sponsor. It ruins it. Like if I ignore the sponsor, I'd actually really like that shirt.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a 7.
I can't believe this went viral, by the way. 2 years.
I got family over there, innit? That's why Orlando Magic's my team. But go on, carry on.
So, like, yeah, I was just checking my phone during the game. Oh, yeah. Hi.
That clip kills me, by the way. That one was funny because Jan's reaction was the best to that.
Yes.
That's better than the 16 out of 10 because of their reactions.
Have you got the one where he goes to go, don't go? I think it's something like that where he's like, "No, don't go."
Oh yeah, that's funny as well. I was literally like half asleep in bed. I mean, anyway, let's move from that. I can't beat my face.
Oh yeah, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. What are you saying, Prime and Chloe, about this?
I'll give it a 7.
7. Do you agree with Elena? Are you a stripes?
I hate stripes with a passion on football shirts. Chelsea's away shirt last season, I didn't like that because that was without the blue stripe. Especially I don't like horizontal stripes. I can just about deal with vertical like that shirt.
Oh, with hoops, like when they're the
I
other way.
absolutely hate hoops. Yeah, hate them.
I feel you. Prime, what you saying?
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, give it. What are you saying out of 10, bro? Bro, you're lagging. I don't know what's going on.
This does happen. Yeah. I'm not gonna like the next one. I'll tell you that already.
You don't?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Firstly, again, these colors, I don't like them.
You don't like red and blue?
You're not Palace. Like I know it's not the bright red, it's more burgundy, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Also vertical stripes. Anyone that's got
it looks like a jockey top.
Like horizontal stripes, sorry. Yeah, it does look like that. Horizontal stripes, anyone with a bit of a belly, it's not gonna look good on.
That is kind of true. But so I'll explain why we have those red and blue. A few years ago we had this shirt.
Yeah. Again, horrendous. Sorry.
It doesn't look as good,
bro. It's not your style. That's all good. So this was, but the reason why we have red and dark blue is it's a throwback to like a kit from the 1900s. So that's why. But yeah, for some people, it just don't work. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm a hoops guy all the way. But I feel you. It definitely is like some people are definitely gonna like it.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, definitely. 6 out of 10. Oh, it's 10's favorite out of the 3. It is unreleased, but yeah, I do like this one a lot. But
he's gone again. Okay. Well, anyway.
Hope everyone's having a good day.
Bro, yeah. I keep hitting the wrong fucking button. My apologies, people. Anyways, fucking crazy. Anyways, the final one on this is what got released today. Now, I fucking love this. This is my favorite of the 3.
I like this.
I think it would look better if you changed your badge, like the logo, to the same color, like the greeny color.
I really love the mint. Yeah.
No, I'm a mint. Yeah. I love the mint too.
I like this a lot. Adidas do make some great kits, to be fair.
Yes, definitely.
Arsenal have had great kits for how long, even when they were shit.
Adidas. I'm an Adidas over Nike guy all day.
Yeah, really like.
I'm giving this. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Easy. Is your shirt designer Mr. Magoo? Nah. Elena, take over the stream. Nah. I'm back. But yeah, I like this a lot. What are you saying out of 10?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. 8, 9. Yeah, I really like it.
7.5.
Yeah.
I feel it's too much happening, but just for nostalgia, it brings from a 5 to a 7. Yeah, I feel you.
I just wish your logo, like your badge, was the mint green as well.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would look cool. Yeah, I kind of.
I like symmetry in a shirt as well.
You like the what?
Symmetry.
I like having symmetry in a shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I fucks with that, but yeah. So that's the kit review of what we got going on. So what are y'all saying about? What are y'all saying about transfer? Actually, we'll go to Elena first about what's good with Spurs. What did y'all want to talk about with Spurs then?
I have a lot to say about last season. I haven't streamed since last season.
Get it off your chest.
So I've got a lot to say about Tottenham. In terms of manager position. So
yeah.
I'm not in love with Ange the way that the rest of the fan base make out we are. I don't think he's done well. There's no denying. But the only reason why we stayed where we did stay is because we did very well at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, now, the first 10 games.
In my opinion, you have to have adaptability. Now, when people say to me, "Oh, but Pep doesn't adapt," that's absolutely fine. Pep has good enough.
And it's also not true.
He does adapt, but I think he also has good enough players to play enough of a system. At Tottenham, when you don't have Porro and a doggy playing, why are you playing Davis and Royale as inverted fullbacks? Give me the reason as to why you are playing inverted fullbacks with two players that we know cannot invert. That's what I don't understand. Why are you as a manager refusing a set piece coach when we can't defend a set piece to save our lives? These things are things that need to be questioned. Now, I was a massive Jose out. Obviously, you didn't know me then, right? But the things I would say was I didn't enjoy the football style. I don't think it's going to see us winning. And in general, we didn't have a checkbook to sustain him, right? Now, I do very much appreciate that now we have a manager that's willing to build, and that's all I've been asking for, and that's fine. But your footballing has to be better. The only reason why he's got the pass that he's got is because it's his first season and we've done better. Now, my issue is that it's very much papered over the cracks. That beginning of the season when no one was expecting us to go full out attack, and no one knew how to play against us. As soon as we were sussed out and we didn't have the good enough players on the pitch to convey that, we were totally found out. We were conceding goals left. So for me, I'm very much on the fence with Ange. Now, I like that he stands by playing an attacking way of football because I love that. That's the football I want to play. And I respect that. I respect that. When we lost 4-1 to Chelsea, I'm not sitting here at the time, I was upset, obviously, but I appreciated that we played our way. Maybe playing nine men. Maybe playing 9 men on the halfway line isn't so smart, but I did appreciate that we still took the game to them. Now, on the other hand, when later down the line, you cannot sit there and continuously play a system with players that cannot work. They can't work the way you think they're working. So that's what annoys me when I'm seeing Davis and Royale as inverted fullbacks when they can't invert.
They're terrible if you even play. They're not.
They're not good players. So why are you getting to do a harder job when realistically our strengths are not when we have that defense line, our strengths are not that. Now, when we do have our whole defensive line, I actually think we have a very good defense. Love Van de Ven, obviously love Romero. I think they're very, very good players. Now, my main issue is he has to be able to adapt. Maybe and play, like, for example, you have Dragustin. You made all this big noise about signing him. Did all this to Bayern, all of this. You wanted to sign this player, blah, blah, blah. Fine, yeah? Why the fuck are you not playing a back three when you've signed a back three centre-back?
He played in the middle at Genoa. I thought it was a terrific signing. I thought that's what he was going to try to do.
Agree. If he's going to play to his strengths. Now, you're not playing him in the centre because you don't want to play a back three, because all of a sudden playing a back three means you have to be pragmatic. No, it doesn't. There's more to football than playing attacking or pragmatic.
Inzaghi at Inter Milan plays with the back three. They score goals for fun and they defend and they win league titles, and they're going to be a favorite to win Champions League this year.
Exactly.
Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen plays with the back three. They don't play pragmatic, etc.
But it's almost like in Ange's head, playing with a back three means we're all of a sudden going defensive.
Yeah.
When we had Poch and we were scoring all them goals, you know, golden boots and all of that, we played a back three. In my head, I'm like, yes, we love that he's playing good football. Yes. But don't sit there and act like you are not part of the fault. Don't sit there and cuss the fans that wanted to lose that City game because I didn't want to see my rivals win their first title pretty much at my ground again, because it would be pretty much we would have gifted them the title because you wanted to get top four. Sorry, maybe if you didn't lose every single fucking London derby, we would have got top four without worrying about that game. So
by the way, the London derbies, including not like Arsenal and Chelsea, Fulham beat you up 3-0.
No,
right?
That's what I mean. Every single London derby, I'm talking about every single one.
Brentford, you drew.
We didn't win one. Now, he's sitting there saying, if you want to stop a team winning a trophy, you win it yourselves. I'm sorry. You're telling me we're all of a sudden going to win the title if we won that game? Shut the fuck up and understand that these fans have been here all our lives. I have been here for 30 years, nearly 30 in March. Been here for 30 years. My dad's over 60. We have been here for all these years, supported this club. Do not tell me how to support my club when you can't even be told how to defend a set piece.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. And it's the fact that he there's a press conference that he said, like, he's getting all prickly about it and all like snarky. I totally
understand him not wanting to lose the game. Totally get that. But don't call out the fans that clapped you when you were 4-1 down to Chelsea, that clapped you when we drew to Brentford, that clapped you when we got beaten up by Fulham. Like, let's stop making out. We sung your name. Stop making out that we're the fucking problem. Because at the end of the day, we wanted to lose one game because the rivalry means a lot. This is not like a City United rivalry. If Arsenal was City and they were winning the league every year, of course you'd want top four because it's just a thing. You can't stop that. But this hasn't happened in 20 years. And in my opinion, it's fucking worse than them winning the league at our ground because we'd be gifting it to them. When they won the league at our ground, they were the better team all season. They were always going to win it. At this time, we were saying, here you go, Arsenal. Have your title. No fucking way. I cheered when Haaland scored. I was screaming at my TV when Son nearly scored, and I was celebrating after he didn't. So, and you tell me I'm not a real fan. I've been here all my life, bro. Defend the set piece and stop playing Davis and Royale as inverted fullbacks, and then maybe I'll understand what you're saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, where do you stand on him? Like, because I think the dumbest thing he done at Spurs. He's done some good things, like you said. But I think the dumbest thing he ever said was that, everybody I sign goes through me. And then you wonder why some fans criticize you and Spurs board and Levy and stuff for re-signing a bum like Werner or Brennan Johnson, who
Okay, yeah, go on. Okay, Brennan Johnson, I'm very indifferent with him. Now I'll explain why. Because that was a signing that the manager wanted, and I was like, he's a young player. Maybe he can get something out of him, and I appreciate that we signed him. I mean, maybe we overpaid a little bit, but I wasn't too fussed. What I am fussed about is seeing someone that has literally scored 10 goals in his best Premier League season at Chelsea. You decided to get him as a backup.
He didn't even play well either. Never mind.
Everyone's saying, he got a few assists and whatever. He did get assists. because he can't fucking score. I can score the goals that he was in front of. And what annoys me about Werner is that we've got fans saying, "Oh, he's a hard worker" and all of this.
Who cares?
My standards are different. Werner should not be at my club because we've seen it at a big club. Granted, Chelsea are a lot bigger than us, but we've seen him under that pressure and he couldn't do it. All of a sudden, he brings good vibes and we have to keep him. I don't want to keep him. If we're keeping him, that sets our standards of where we want to be, because that guy in his best season scored 10 goals in his best season, going from a Harry Kane, Son, Dele, going from those fronts where we were having over 20 goals from each player. You're telling me you want to keep Timo Werner? I have Richarlison. Why do I need the German Richarlison as well?
Elena, the fact that your fan base is getting like sucked into the Werner hype, it's actually hilarious. People saw what he did at Chelsea.
I'm sorry, like I just said, I have Richarlison. I don't need a German version as well.
Yeah.
The only thing that fucking what's his name, Timo Werner can do is he can put in a low-driven cross once a game. That's it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but we can find players that can score and do that as well.
Yes, and you can find players who give you better performances, who can dribble, who've got physicality, who are quicker. And you can find these players anywhere. They don't have to be brand proven. They could be from fucking Denmark. They could be from like it's not hard to.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to sign the Victor Osimhen's of the world because we are not Chelsea. I'm not expecting that. But what I am expecting is you to use your brain and not sign someone that we have seen for 2 seasons
and then you did it again.
Not handle it. Like and then we're making it permanent, which honestly,
why did they resign?
I thought it was another loan. It's permanent.
Well, it's a loan with option to make permanent. Why have we signed him on another loan?
Oh,
but that's what Levy does. He's cheap.
100%. He does do that.
What's the wage breakdown? Are you paying all his wages?
Yeah, 100 grand.
Yeah, we're paying them now. We wasn't last season.
For a squad like what Steve said, you can find squad players.
But you say squad player, this guy is we are not going to sign another striker. I would be surprised if Levy actually signs another striker. But in my opinion,
Richarlison is the Harry Kane replacement. Richarlison is the Harry Kane replacement.
Yeah. Richarlison and Werner is going to play on the wing. That's what's going to happen.
He ain't winning nothing.
And the thing is, I know Kulo had a bad season. Don't deny that. But I would much rather see Son in the middle and Kulo playing together with Richarlison on the other side.
Yeah, Kulo I like more in the middle, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, he can play in the middle as well. But I mean, I would rather them 3 play together in any configuration than having Werner up top.
Yeah, thoughts on Tony?
Would you take an Ivan Toney? I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm not talking looks, by the way. I very rarely do. I mean, I would love Tony because for me, we just need a goal scorer. Yeah. I genuinely we need a couple players. We need a number 6. 100 million%. We need a number 6.
And I'm worried that you don't buy one.
We need a number 6.
You're not linked with one. You're not. He sees Bissouma as that. I think.
See, this is my problem.
Bissouma's not a 6. Bissouma's an advanced 8.
For me, we need a proper number 6, not someone that you're trying to turn into a 6.
A Paulinho. Paulinho at Fulham. Yeah.
Hold on.
Exactly.
This is where we get onto some. This is where we brilliant transition. Spurs need a 6. Cough up the money. Gallagher is yours.
He's not a 6, though.
Shut up, Steve.
Gallagher's not a 6.
Steve, no one asked. I'm trying to make it work.
Scammer. Scammer, Pride.
Steve, I'm trying to make a deal.
I'll break it down as to why I think it could work at Tottenham. He's a runner. He covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Ange likes that. That. And I think he would work at Tottenham, but I still would always stand by we need a proper number 6. We are missing that.
A specialist.
We're missing the box to box, and we're missing that actual number 6, a Declan Rice. We're missing these players. Like Bissouma's not a number 6. I need a number 6.
What are your thoughts on I mean, the money would be a lot. I don't think you guys would get him maybe on loan. Manuel Ugarte. PSG want to get rid. You could try to get him on loan.
I would 100% do that deal. I would 100% do that deal, because at the end of the day, we are not going to spend the money to spend 100 million on the Declan Rice. We're not going to do that. We are Tottenham. We're not going to do that. But I just want someone that knows that position, that can protect.
A specialist.
Protect the back line. Yeah. That's just what I need. I need that. And people are saying, like, obviously Ange doesn't play with a 6 though. Okay, that's fine. But if you look at the way we're playing, there's a hole there. And now this is where he needs to adapt. The Premier League is different. Now, I know at Celtic he didn't adapt and all of this, but the Premier League is different.
No, but I even seen at Celtic, sorry to cut you off, Elena, I've seen at Celtic, I've seen teams expose the lack of a 6. And he didn't adjust then. And also when they would play in Europe as well, they would get exposed with Celtic. So he didn't adjust then. This is the problem.
This is the problem. I was annoyed with Jose and Conte because they were so stubborn.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm feeling when I see Ange, and he's stubborn in a different way. The only reason why I'm tolerating it is because I like the football he's trying to play. They're the reasons I'm tolerating it. If it was awful football, I'd be going mad like I was with the Jose days. But at the moment, this issue is going to become an issue. He needs a 6. We need a proper box to box as well. We need to fill these holes. The hole is, for me, a number 6 and a proper striker. And that is not Timo Werner or Charleston. They're squad players at best.
I don't even think they're good squad.
No,
they don't. Look, Timo Werner doesn't start for any of the top 6.
100%.
He doesn't start for Brighton. He doesn't start for Aston Villa.
There's not a team in the league he starts for. There's no team in the league he starts for. Not in the Prem.
He maybe Everton. No, I'm taking Dwight McNeil over Werner. So there you go. And then you're looking at you're looking at the recently promoted Championship 3. Maybe.
This is what I'm saying. We're supposed to be competing for top 4 and not wanting to lose to City.
Yeah.
Start acting like it then.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is the stuff that bothers me. This is what bothers me. Because I can see a good future with Ange, but I also can see glaring problems that no Spurs fan wants to talk about. And the problems are that he doesn't want to set piece coach, so he doesn't want to. He decides how.
You're going to concede goals again.
And we conceded so many, even under Conte, which when we conceded I think it was 58 goals. We conceded a lot. It was a lot of goals that season. We still didn't concede that many from set pieces. That was the one thing we could defend. Yeah. So in my eyes, that's showing me that's a system issue.
Yeah.
Because if Conte was able to make us defend set pieces better than him, then and Conte was awful for us, then that's a problem with Ange, and he needs to sort that out. Finding a set piece coach, getting a number 6, and getting a proper striker. These are the things that we need ASAP.
Do you think you'll get them?
We need more. We need a winger as well, like a decent winger. Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, we'll be playing either Richarlison or Werner on the wing with Son and
Brennan Johnson or
Brennan Johnson. Yeah, and Brennan to me is a typical squad player. He is cup games player, for my opinion. Yeah. I'm not denying that he might be good because he has done some stuff, and I'll be like, I actually think he's quite good. But we need wingers that know what they're doing while these lot are integrating into the system.
But why did Spurs spend 50 mil?
What on Brennan?
On Brian Johnson.
Well, and
we spent that much for context. We spent that much on Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
And for me, there's no comparison between the two players. I think one is very clear.
Really liked him. Ange just really wanted him.
I know, but if you're going to spend that amount, then why is he not a starter then?
And here's the other question for you, Elena. Do you think he really likes Timo Werner? Are you worried that that is the kind of player he likes?
I am worried. Do you know what I'm worried?
That he's going to die on that hill.
I think he likes players that listen to him and, will say run through walls for him and stuff. He doesn't like a player to challenge him, which is very common in successful managers. But you are not that successful to be that stubborn. And I think the reason why he likes him is because he's a hard worker. And I don't deny his work. Like Richarlison's one of the hardest workers on.
Yeah, he'll press.
Yeah, and he's always, doing well in training, and he's always running and always trying. But you're not that good. So stop dying on this hill just because they're hard workers, and start getting the players that actually have some credibility.
I think it's a profile. I think it's a profile thing because, like, Werner, again, in theory, like, he's a good profile for Ange, but in reality, no, he's not a good player. I think that's what happened in January and even now this summer, that you went for the profile instead of actually spending the money on a good player that would fit.
100%. But this has been an owner issue where I've been saying for ages.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my owners are not going to change. So I'm going to talk about how to get success with these owners. And how to get success with these owners is to build a team up over time, sign the youngsters, implement them. I'm sorry, Ange is one of the managers that will never implement a youngster. We had good youngsters in our depth, and he never played them. Like, I don't understand.
I thought he does play young players.
He doesn't. He
played. I mean, Udoge is young. Destiny.
No, I mean, in our academy.
The academy, he didn't give nobody. Okay, one thing that I don't understand, you guys, in this preseason, why aren't you playing Ashley Phillips at center back?
Facts.
Why are you playing your brand new signing Archie Gray, who I've seen play in midfield and at right back for Leeds United? I've seen him put in a man of the prime. Am I wrong? When you guys played Leeds in the Cup, was he not man of the match, arguably? Archie Gray in midfield?
That I don't remember. I'll be so real.
You have Poch amnesia. That's fine. But anyways, for me, I remember watching that game, and Archie Gray was a stand-up player in midfield. Why is he playing center back?
There's so many players in our academy that were playing very well, and they got call-ups, but they never saw the pitch.
You're playing Jamie Donnelly at fucking he's a forward, and you play him at left back?
This is the problem. Donnelly should have been playing in the Prem. He should have got at least a call-up or, subbed on for the Prem when we were having those injury issues with Son away and all of that, but he never does. This is my issue. He might buy youngsters and play them, but they're good. Like, Udogi's a good youngster. He will play.
I like him. Yeah.
But when it comes to our academy, he's not bringing them up. And that's my issue when it comes to Ange, because at Tottenham, you have to be able to buy your youngsters, but also use what you have. Because we will never be successful otherwise. Because now people will argue with me, Poch wasn't successful. Poch was a success at Tottenham because we were not that club that was in Champions League every year. We suddenly was. We were competing. Now, if I have to take that as success over this, I 100% would. Because that was
at least you're in the conversation on another level.
Now, he made mistakes. Should have taken the cups more seriously because 100% we had the team to be doing that. He wanted to win the Prem. Tottenham are not realistically going to win the Prem. But he was getting close. But
you were very close.
Should have taken the cups more seriously and won something, and I totally hold him accountable.
Shouldn't have played Son at wing back in the semi-final against Chelsea. And
let's not talk about that.
That game was hilarious. So
the Matic screamer. I remember I was just getting into football around that time, and I remember watching.
Not even that. It's I think
you were 2-0 up, right?
Yeah, and then Son gave away a penalty, and that's how we got back into it.
Because he's not a fucking left back or a left wing. Yes.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Poch did make mistakes, but I would 100% take a manager that is able to work at. So the reason why Poch worked for so long, because we go through managers like Chelsea do, we do go through managers
without the success.
Poch did is because he was working with the club under their constraints and still doing well.
Yeah.
That's
Pot, to be fair, Pot at Spurs did as much as he could.
He did as much as he could. That's a fact.
He did as much as I got onto him for not winning anything. He needed more help to get over the line at times. Pot Thatcher, I want you to explain why. Not because Elena's here, but explain why he should have stayed. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, Elena, I think what's it called? I think Poch did a good job. I agree with you that as much as he could at Spurs, it was success for the Tottenham level, but wasn't concrete trophy success. But for me, he's dropped off since he left Spurs.
Yes,
he's dropped off. Paris Saint-Germain. I watch the league Liga is my favorite league. I watched him in Paris Saint-Germain domestically in big away games. I thought
he was awful at big away games at Tottenham as well. He couldn't get a win against the Big Six.
Yeah. So
the one we got was that Chelsea game, and that was
that was when Conte was being a terrorist. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but it was great for us. I could not that Eriksen goal. Whew. Anyway,
no, but for me, Elena, like Poch has dropped off since Spurs.
I will give you the reason why I think, and then I'll let Brian see if he agrees as being a Chelsea fan. For me, I think Poch cannot work at these massive clubs because he can't work with egos. The reason why it worked at Tottenham was because he had a young squad that was willing to run through walls for him and
there
not
egos.
No egos. No one had made a name for themselves yet. Everyone was running through rules for themselves. The reason why Kane always worked hard. That's an exception. You can't be going to working with that group to then go working with Messi and players like that, and even players like Enzo and the players that Chelsea have, because the problem is he cannot work with egos. That's why I think it was never going to work at Chelsea or PSG. The reason why it would work at Tottenham is because he can build teams up. He can build a player up, but a player that doesn't have an ego and can listen to him. That's exactly why I think it would work at smaller clubs, and that's me calling myself a smaller club because we are. It'll work at smaller clubs than the big clubs that spend money on massive players. He doesn't know how to coach them. He likes an impressionable player that he can mold into his own player. And I will always say he's good at making a team, but you have the team. As in Chelsea have the team. They need a manager that's ready to win. That's always what I've said. Under Poch at Tottenham, if we got the Jose Mourinho in 2017, we would have won the league. I put my money on that. We got Jose Mourinho when we didn't have the checkbook or the money, or the players. You have the players and the money. You get the manager when you have the players or the money that you're willing to spend. We weren't willing to spend on Jose Mourinho, regardless if you think he's finished or not, like I do. The reason why it was never going to work is because we didn't have the win now team or the win now money. And the reason why it worked with Poch is because he built that team up as far as he could. If we then got that manager then to win now, when we built that squad, we would have won now. But we can't be getting the manager to win now when we don't have the checkbook to win now. That's exactly why I think it doesn't work. And I think that's what's happened to Chelsea.
Right place, wrong time sort of thing.
You got a rebuild manager.
Wrong place, wrong time.
You got the rebuild manager when you had already rebuilt it.
Yeah, that's fair. Big up to my guy, Defensive Dynamo Podcast, one of my Milan buddies. Hope you're doing well, broski. Elena, what's your thoughts on
before that, can I just say, let me just say, yes and no. I do agree that Poch, and I even said this when he was at Spurs, that I don't think Poch will do well and achieve success at bigger clubs. And the ego stuff, fair. We saw that at PSG, not being able to really handle egos. But I don't think it's just that side of it. Even at Spurs, I saw tactically in big games how
a tactician.
He would get exposed. Yeah, but like when he came to Chelsea, him coming to Chelsea last season, us not having egos, having the young players, people telling me that he will do what he did at Spurs, where having that reset and being able to set in a culture and develop and nurture these young players, I was for that. I was okay with that. Because I don't like Poch, I took my opinion of him to the side and was willing to actually give him time. Elena, you actually know this because I said this to you. I was willing to give him the time. My problem with him was not even just playing players in the wrong positions per se, but not setting us up properly. Continuously
playing players in the right position.
Yeah, well, you can I don't necessarily mind if you play a player out of position, but you have to do it for a reason. Rico Lewis plays in midfield for City and he's a right back, but it works because of his skill sets and the system at City. It needs to work for a particular reason. But when you're playing Colwell as a touchline left back, you're playing Chilwell as a winger with no real set system for it to work. When you're letting Gallagher have the free role in midfield over Enzo, Caicedo, and Cole Palmer, like you're always going to get beat. When we can't defend set pieces, even though we have players, we have some of the tallest players in the league, but we can't really defend set pieces consistently.
Yeah.
No.
That for me was a problem. I think he developed players. He helped. Like, if I'm going to be fair, I think towards the end of the season, he helped give confidence to like Mudryk and Madueke. But why wasn't he playing them from the start of the season?
No. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not putting that down to the sole reason. What I was saying was why I didn't think it was going to work from the beginning.
No, I know. But why? And I agree with you from the beginning. But I thought that's why it wouldn't work. However, at the end of the day, that's the reason why it didn't work. It's not because of the egos. We didn't have egos. If we had egos in the dressing room, they would have got rid of him.
Quite a big ego.
I really don't think Enzo is an ego. I'll be so real. He has, besides the World Cup, like, he has not done anything in his career. Most of our players haven't done anything to be a big ego. Because if we had egos in our dressing room, they would have gotten. Look, do you not think if we had egos, they would have gotten sacked much earlier?
No, I do agree with you. You are making perfect sense. I also think it's the whole culture at Chelsea. It's not just players in the dressing room that have egos. I think it's a fan base that are very used to success. I think it's a board splashing money here, there, and everywhere, trying to get success, which is why I don't think it was never going to work in
True, but our fans did for Poch what they've not done for many other managers. Our fans, the majority of them anyway, they stuck behind him even when we were bad. Tuchel won us a Champions League and they didn't do it for Tuchel. They didn't do it for Mourinho, who won us 3 league titles. They were willing to give Poch the time. Fans were saying, give him time. They wouldn't give other managers time. So, like, this whole, like, Chelsea fans turning, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I just think in general, though, being a Chelsea manager comes with a lot of pressure. He's not used to pressure, as well as egos and as well as what you're saying. Generally, there's pressure. Even if the fans are not putting the pressure on, having that badge and saying I'm a Chelsea manager says I'm going to bring success, like, regardless.
Yeah, but not under
pretty
this
quickly
regime,
as well.
No, if this was Roman, I agree. But under this regime,
this regime is spend money.
Different. I don't think there was that much pressure.
I think it always comes with pressure. His last club was Tottenham in the Premier League.
But like, we're talking about pressure, like, compared to Roman. Like, if this was Roman, Poch would have been sacked after we lost against Man United.
Yeah, he would have been gone in like.
That's when he should have been. He didn't get sacked after that. He didn't get sacked after the Carabao Cup final. So I knew he was going to stay until the end of the season because he didn't have that. He didn't have a looming threat at Chelsea. Mourinho had a threat under his head, and he's our most successful manager. So, but we don't have that anymore. Poch was allowed the time. Poch was allowed, like, he had a say on players. Maatsen was allowed to go to Dortmund because of Poch.
You say this, yes, and I agree. But in general, how much talk was there from other fans, not just Chelsea fans, other fans? Poch is going to get sacked soon. That is still pressure. It might not be coming from you lot directly, but
it's what everybody is
talking about.
Yeah, but what I was hearing from rival fans is Poch should get more time.
Yes,
Poch should get time.
Thought it was happening. It still puts pressure on him.
Yeah.
Because
you're right, Elena. There's a distinction between what they would do and what they think will happen.
Yeah, me saying, oh, you need to give him time. I'm not saying I said that, but let's just say I did.
Yeah.
If I said you need to give him time, that still thinks in my head he's going to be sacked soon. Saying those things pressure on him. So I think generally the culture around Chelsea, even if it's not directly from the fans, is pressure. He's not used to pressure. At Tottenham, the reason why he stayed so long is because he had no pressure.
I hear that, but I don't think that's enough of a reason why he can't set up the team properly on a week-by-week basis.
No, I totally understand that.
Like, and that's what bothered me. Like, for me, why are you not doing what you were doing at Spurs? Play high-flying fullbacks, because we had that. Gusto, Cucurella, tell them to hug the touchline. Do all of that. I would have been fine.
It's interesting why he didn't. I don't know why he didn't. It's very strange because when he came into your team, seeing your players, I was like, he's going to get them flying. But again, I still had it in the back of my mind that it is Chelsea. There's pressure there. There's egos in and around the club. I do think that was always in the back of my head. But I genuinely thought he would get you playing. Regardless if he survived, I think he would have got you playing. And he didn't. He was very inept at Chelsea, very tactically.
Yeah, I think if he did what he did at Spurs, he would not have got sacked.
Yeah, but you have to remember. I mean, we did finish 5th in his first season, but we were
but the players we have, the squad we have, we would because like people forget, right? As bad as we've been, Spurs fell off a cliff towards the end of the season. Man United fell off a cliff. Newcastle fell off a cliff.
had like 2 or 3.
Villa fell off a cliff. Top 4 was there for us to get. So even as bad as we've been, if we managed to get top 4, I think he could have stayed anyway.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I've heard from Man United fans they were close to top 4, which they kind of were. Spurs fans could say the same thing. We just needed that win versus Fulham, Brighton, or you could go down a list of them, Elena, and you'd be comfortable. Yeah. And it looked like in January you were comfortable top 4. There was no way.
But that's my thing. If
got found out very, very quickly.
The excuse,
and if we didn't have all our injuries, and if Eddie Howe did some certain things, maybe we could have been in the top 4.
I would have. I was worried about Newcastle, like generally worried. I think I think there's so many things that Poch did wrong at Chelsea. And I don't know why he made those decisions to not be playing high flying fullbacks when you had them.
And we also had a better squad than I've been saying this all season. We had our squad's better than Spurs and Newcastle and Man United and Villa. We shouldn't be in the position where Reece James was out all season and we didn't miss him
because Malo Gusto stepped up.
And Cuckoo was out and we didn't miss him because we had Palmer. Like we had enough. I
do think you definitely had enough. The first season at Tottenham, we finished 5th, but I could see what Poch was trying to create.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Behind him. The reason why I'm not behind Ange, but I'm not as excited as I was that first season with Poch.
Yeah.
Because there is so many holes to Ange's system. And there wasn't at Poch. I could tell Poch gets these players, he's going to be flying. And he was. And I was right. And I think this is the problem with Ange as well. Like, the reason why I'm not as excited, even though technically he's done the same thing. I mean, we didn't get to a cup final, but anyway, we got to a cup final that year. Yes, we lost it to Chelsea, but it's what it is. We always lose to Chelsea. But
wait, who did you lose to? Mourinho. Oh, yeah. Continue. You were saying something. Never mind. Continue.
Listen, I don't deny. As I said, I don't deny.
No, it's cool. Whatever. Continue. You were saying something.
Such a prick. But we got to a final. We were playing high flying football. I was ready for the season. This is why I'm not ready now, because I can see there's glaring holes that we are not fixing. And also, I'm not totally sold on Ange's system because he doesn't have adaptations to his system.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Question. You were saying that you could see the progression with Poch, but in order for that to actually have happened, because from what I remember, that squad wasn't that good when he first joined.
No.
You needed to get rid of players and overhaul. But you did.
What year was this? Is this 14-15?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
You needed to get rid of players and stuff and refresh the squad, which you did. But like, that for me, I think is the difference, because Levy at the time did like back Poch.
No, he backed Poch, but also Poch's system told me enough. What Poch did with those players that first season when they were awful, he did enough for me to think there is a lot going on here, because I liked the way he was playing. The things he was doing was just.
I think Ange's system tells me, like, obviously he has flaws and that's fine. But I think Ange's system tells me like he can be good enough. But again, he needs the backing that Poch got when he first joined.
Not just backing, it's adapting as well, which is what I mean. When people just solely blame it on Levy, it annoys me. Yes, I'm not a Levy fan, but it's not just that. You had other ways.
He will fail if he gets what he wants, if he doesn't adapt.
if he doesn't adapt. He has a great one system, but who's going to keep 11 players fit all season?
I think that's
when you have your other players slotting in, you need to be able to adapt to their strengths, and they're not going to be as good as your first team players because obviously your first team players are better. This is my problem.
I think we're comparing what 2014. Like
it's the 2014 Spurs squad.
Yeah, football has changed massively in the last 10 years because back then most managers were willing to like adapt and alter their system, but as of right now, everyone's so focused on I need to perfect plan A. I need to get it right.
He needs to perfect one way 100%. But there are players, as I've always said, Royale and Davis cannot do that job, regardless of trying to perfect do it. If you're talking about how much of a win manager he is, as he's going on about fucking doesn't want to lose against City and all this, then why are you allowing us to play a system that you know isn't going to work for those players?
You know what's crazy?
It's a pretty mid squad, by the way.
Poch in 2014. If you bring 2014 Poch now into this Spurs squad, like, I think it would work, Loki.
In this Spurs squad right now?
Yeah, like we're a bit more backing, obviously, but like,
I do feel
Royale, not Royale, Porro and what's his name, Udogie. Boy.
Yeah, I think it would. This is the thing. I do think Poch, it would work. I do think it would work to an extent as it did last time. Totally agree. But I'm not sitting here. I also don't really agree with bringing a manager back so soon. Obviously, I would have been celebrating if he did come back. But I also do see there is a massive risk bringing a manager back in just a few years, because if it doesn't work, you're all expecting it to work. There again, pressure.
It's set up to fail.
Yeah.
Like even Mourinho when he came back was like I think it was like 7-8 years when he came back.
Speaking of Mourinho, they are in the next round of the Champions League qualifiers with Fenerbahce, so excited to see how he does there. Because I am a Mourinho guy. I am ashamedly a Mourinho guy. What is the aim? So I'll go to some quick Spurs questions real quick. What's the aim for Spurs, Elena? Surely it's like Newcastle win a trophy, FA Cup, Carabao. What are your aim?
Okay.
What's your aim?
All right. Again, this might be I really apologize for my long explanations, but it
makes good content. Go on.
In my opinion, it means way more when you win something than winning it. Let me explain before people go my throat. Okay. Now, this is what I'm trying to say is, for example, when Newcastle was in the final with Man United, you was building something. You won that then. The amount it would have excelled you the next season would have been unbelievable. Now, when Jose Mourinho was at Tottenham, if we won that League Cup, what's it going to do for me? We were still shit. We were shit all season. We would have still been shit the next season. If anything, we would have just kept him longer. Now, right now, we are in a position where we can win something and build on from it, because my sights are not set to win a League Cup and stay there. If I'm winning a League Cup, it's to win more later.
Yeah.
It's not, if it's going to set me up in a better position, because I genuinely think if we won that League Cup final with Jose, we would have been in a worse position the next season, because we would have kept him and we would have stayed in that stagnation. If I can see building, because I don't want to just win a League Cup and that be my goal. I want it to be something stepping stone to build up to win something. So
would you take? So
this season we need to win something. I mean, I'm not just saying sack him if we don't. It does depend in context. If we're finishing top 4 and playing very well, we've got unlucky. I'm not going to say call for his head, but I think
if he makes those adjustments in particular,
yes, we need to be competing. Need to be making adjustments. Need to be, on the front foot in that sense, getting us competing again and making adjustments to the point where I can see something in the future. I genuinely think right now is the perfect time to win something, just as I thought it was the perfect time for Newcastle to win something when you was in the final.
Yeah, that's fair. Big up my guy Nico as well. Hey, Spurs fan, what are your thoughts on Emerson Royale? He's an AC Milan fan. What are your thoughts on Emerson Royale? And what's it called? Are you glad that he's leaving?
I feel bad. I'm very happy he's leaving. He's great for vibes. He's great for his Instagram stories and his little rapping randomly. Great vibes. But I just think he's an awful footballer. Like, I've never known a right back to be so inept at fucking even just having a throw in. Like, he's just just tactically inept. I'm sorry. I've never seen a player get so many fouls in my life.
Yeah, none of the Milan fans I know, except like one of them, are excited about Chicken Royale going. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be excited. I would just say take him for what it is. He'll work hard and do a job, but it's not going to be the best job.
It's rubbish. Were Spurs interested in Scott McTominay, as rumored a couple of days ago?
Okay, I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I don't. Well, like, I'm very rarely on Twitter, secret account. So like, I don't really use it anymore. So I did not know that. That is a shock to me.
That's a horrible move.
I would not want that. I'm not excited about that. I mean, yeah.
What do you make your business so far?
Business has been awful so far. We've done a couple things, like we've said, that Yang Min, that's coming.
Young. Yeah.
I'm happy about that, because I'm not just saying like, oh, you know, it's good for generally the brand and stuff, because it is, you know, Son is going to be on his way out. It's very, we have a lot of like Korean fans and stuff, and it's very good for the brand. But I've seen some stuff of him, and I am actually very excited about him, so I'm happy about that. Archie Gray, as we said, I'm quite happy about that. But
he needs to not be playing center. But that's that's
terrible. But I'm happy we got the player. I think,
yeah, he's a good player. Yeah.
What I'm not happy about is it's a very average window, because we need a number 6 and we need a proper striker.
You're not even linked with one. You're not linked with a 6. You're not linked with someone like Yusuf Fofana from Monaco, or
this is the one player that's so funny that you mentioned this. The player I said we should be going for.
Yeah, he's quality, bro. Like I said, I want Liga is my favorite league to watch. He was amongst Monaco's best players this season. He's powerful. Yeah. He's physical. He's good on the ball.
We don't seem to be linked with anyone. For me, that is, yes, this is what we need. We've made a couple signings, and I'm happy about that, but it's very, very slow. And
you made two signings, really.
Yeah, exactly. If considering we are in a position where we know there's holes to fill and we're refusing to fill them, that annoys me.
Yeah, I feel you. Now, who else would you buy?
Who would I buy?
Or what positions? You need forwards.
100%. Going from the best forward in the league, in my opinion, to this is actually a joke. So we need 100%. We need a striker. We need a winger. We need a number 6. We could at least get 2 wingers, in my opinion, because Kulo is dropping off as well. So we need.
Kulo definitely is, yeah.
And Son is better on the left. I 100% agree.
Do you think he's dropping off a bit, Son?
Unfortunately, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, but he is.
Are you scared? Are you scared that there's not a succession plan after that, or that it's going to be a shit one like Richarlison is the Kane replacement?
With Kane, with fucking Harry Kane. Can you imagine what we're going to do with Son when he leaves?
I think there is a succession plan. You signed that South Korean winger,
which is good, but I don't know what he is yet. So I can't I've
seen him play one game. I liked what I saw, but he needs some work still.
Yeah, but in terms of the marketing side of things, which is how Levy thinks, I think that's a succession plan.
Yeah, I do think with the positions we need forwards, we need a midfielder that can do a job that is not Basuma, because Basuma is not a 6, he's an 8.
What do you think of Bentancur and the other midfielders?
But Lolo does his job. He's all right. He does his job. I'm very happy we got rid of Højbjerg, because that was fucking useless.
Yes, I agree with you.
Loads of people liked him. For me, he was useless.
He's rubbish.
He was better off the bench, which says a lot about him, because if you can come off the bench and do one job, but you can't do it throughout a whole game, then you're not fit enough. And the reason why we fucking got him is because of Mourinho. So, happy.
What are your thoughts on Sarr? I think he's brilliant.
Love Love Sarr. Think he's got so much. He's got so much potential. Obviously, he's got stuff to iron out, but the way he's come in and he is just in that team, he's just integrated so well that I forget he's a new player. Like I think he is unreal.
He needs to work on the ball. He does need to work on the ball. And also, I feel like I haven't seen him control a game of football yet.
No, he's not a controlling midfielder, which is a problem. I do think he's got work, but I do think he's integrated very, very well, and I think he's handled it at his age pretty well and he's handled the pressure of the Prem very, very well.
But he's a cheap signing too. He didn't cost you much from Mets.
No, he was. It was quite shocking how we got him and how easy it was. It was quite shocking.
Players from France adapt to the Prem really well usually.
Very well.
It's the super physical. Leo Messi said it. Liga is a very physical league. Very physical. So I'm not surprised that when players sign from Liga, they hit the ground running easily.
That's his excuse why he flopped. Fair enough.
Huh?
I said that's his excuse why he flopped. Fair enough.
I know we're still going after Fofana to bring back to Milan because they've got Morata and Pavlovic. Yeah. That'd be a great signing for AC Milan because they need a midfielder too. They need a Fofana. But yeah, I don't know why Spurs aren't in talks to get him. That'd be a really good signing. Or would you like either of these, Elena? Ryan Nori?
Yes, I think
at Wolves.
I think these two will be very good signings.
Santiago Jimenez. Yeah.
I think they'd be very, very good signings. I actually sent this to my friend. There was a picture of all of them with Tony. So it was like Nori, Jimenez, and Tony. And I was like, if we got these three, I'm super excited for next season. Because I think that these are the types of players we should be going for. I'm not saying go for the massive stars, but these players do their job and they can play at a high line. And Tony's just good at scoring goals, and I think we just need a goal scorer. So these three players, I would 100% take.
That's fair. Any other things Spurs you wanted to talk about or get off your chest or concerns?
I feel like I've spoken for an hour 15 about Spurs, but
not an hour 15. We spent like a half hour talking about the shirts, so.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I think I've covered pretty much everything. But if anyone has any questions,
or actually, who was your player of the year last year for Spurs? Who was your player of the year in your opinion?
I was going to say
there's two.
I was going to say a doggy, but obviously he did get injured. But I was going to say a doggy. Van de Ven. The amount I love.
Or Vicario.
Yes, he gets injured, but that guy. Oh my God, I've never seen someone run so fast in my life. I'm sorry, he's practically a forward and he's a centre back. Like I
he scored a few goals as well.
I mean, Jackson's quicker than him, but we move on.
Well, we move.
Van de Ven's a good.
I'll
go with Vicario.
Vicario's unreal as well. I see what I mean. Our back line, the whole back line, including Vicario, has done very well in terms of. I think Porro did very well. Really, I do think
it's the system that's fucked them over.
Yeah, I think individually, you've got.
When you say these names, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogie, what a great back line that is with Vicario in goal. That is a great back line. It's the rest that needs work. He needs work though, but I do like him. But then we had players like Højbjerg, Sarr, Werner, Son, Richarlison. That does not match that back line.
Yeah.
In quality.
It's interesting. You've mentioned all these names about Spurs. Let's talk about Maddison, the flop. Speak on
it. I didn't get onto Maddison, did I? Okay. Maddison started very well. And he was done. I'm sorry, let's go through his Leicester season. Starts well, gets injured, is shit when he comes back. All the time. That's what he does. It was actually like writing a playbook. You knew he was going to start very well. He might get injured. We'll see what he does when he comes back. Came back and he was exactly as I thought he was going to be. He was fucking awful. I'm sorry. Why are you throwing your toys out the pram? Stop acting like a 2-year-old. There are younger players on that pitch that don't go their way, and they're not screaming on the pitch, acting like a baby. Don't stop acting like a baby because you're trying to play hero ball all the time. Stop playing hero ball and do your fucking job. But stop trying to be this all magical hero because you fell off. You are not the hero. Do your job and stop throwing your toys out the pram. Maddison annoys me. I'm not Maddison out, but he just pisses me off. While I totally feel like he's going to come back next season and do very well at the beginning. Can he keep it up for a season? Because I haven't seen him do that in his career yet.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. No, but that's the problem with Maddison, bro. It seems like that pattern just always repeats.
Yeah, always.
It's fucking it's crazy. Who else? What about what's the other midfielder we haven't talked about? Oh yeah, Bentancur. What do you think about him?
I mean, not happy with him at the moment because I'm sorry, you do not disrespect the whole culture of people and think it to be okay.
Yeah, actually speak on that because not many people. It didn't go mainstream like the Enzo stuff happened.
It fucking should have, and I think it was very disrespectful. I would not be against him going after what he's done, bearing in mind the amount of unspoken about racism that Son gets just generally when I'm at games and just generally because it's like Asian racism. It's not spoken about. For his own teammate to do that was disgusting. So I'm very much like I don't want players like that in my club. Like I really don't. I think it was said in a jokey way. That's even worse because that means you don't even realize what you're doing. And his apology was fucking awful. He should stand up to those fans because we're doing a pre-season in Korea and say sorry to them because that's a joke. That's an absolute joke. What the way?
And then when he's playing for you guys, it's like he don't turn up in big games. He don't.
I like him, but everyone was good at the beginning of the season, and even prior to that, I did like him. Good player, did his job. But he's never been able to keep it up for a full season. Yes, he had a very catastrophic injury, and Matty Cash can fuck off. But I do think he's a decent player, but he's not good in. I don't think he's that good. But if we're talking solely on his football, he can do a job. It's just he doesn't keep up that job. But in general, yes, I'm not happy with him at the moment. I don't think he's dealt with the situation very well. Son came out and said it's fine, and he's just.
Which of course he's gonna. Sonny is that's. I'm not surprised.
Sonny, he's never gonna complain, is he? But I think the way he disrespected a whole boatload of like Spurs fans and Korean people all over the world, and he's in Korea and he hasn't come out and said sorry to those fans is something that I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the way it was dealt with. I'm not happy with the way that it wasn't in the media as much as it should have been. But overall, if we're talking solely on his football, he's a player that's there. He's
hit or miss.
He's there, yeah, hit or miss. He's there. He does a job. When he's good, he's very good. But he's not that good over a consistent period of time.
Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of your players sometimes. Yeah. That's fair. Anything else about Spurs that you want to get off?
No, I feel like
really.
If anyone else has any questions.
Yeah, if anybody's got the.
Oh yeah, you didn't answer actually your expectations going into the season.
Yeah.
I did. I said at this point in time with where we are, I'd like to win something or at least be competing. But my main issue is him ironing out the things that I think are bigger problems.
Now, how likely do you think that is?
I don't think we'll win something this season. I think Andrew's got too much to work on. But if I can see him making those changes and we finishing top 4, I will be happy. I'm not going to call for his head for not winning something in his second season because no one's done that in how long? Since 2008, no one's won anything. So yeah. I can't complain. But my biggest issue would be if Ange is still being as stubborn as he has been and hasn't made adjustments to his system.
Prime, that's so mean. What the fuck, man?
I mean,
else?
Yeah, I would say I'm expecting top. Well, I would say I'm hoping for top 4, not expecting it. But progression is we finished 5th, so progression is top 4. So yeah. regardless of wherever you finish. I think it's important to be.
Where do you in Europa League? That's the other, because you are in Europa.
Yeah. I mean,
Where do you want to finish in that? Where do you think?
I'd like to get.
Because Europe's been tricky for you guys in Europa League.
Yeah, I think.
You've had some crazy exits in the Europa League.
I'm sorry. With Poch, we decided to play a full strength team against Dortmund in the Europa League, and then we played Fiorentina, and we decided to play all our kids. Didn't make sense. Poch set us up to fail that year in the Europa. But I would like to get to
Was that his first year? His first full season?
Yeah.
14.
No, his second.
Did you guys? What year was that? 14, 15?
Yes.
You finished second that year, though.
No, they didn't finish second.
When we finished
fifth.
Wait, no, 14, 15.
Yeah.
When Chelsea won the league, Spurs finished second, no?
We finished was sixth.
Fifth.
That was 2016-17.
15-16 was
Leicester year. We finished fifth, which was a joke. No,
15-16 you finished third.
Fourth. Was it 15-16 we finished second?
Third,
yeah, because of Arsenal, because that was the Leicester year. Arsenal,
yeah, and then 16-17 you finished second. Yeah, Chelsea won with Conte.
I'm talking about Europa League, yeah.
Oh, but okay. I always assumed when we won it with Mourinho, you guys finished second to us.
No,
it was
Conte. Who did you lose to in the Europa League?
Okay, when you won it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I think it was Conte when you won it.
So you played Partizan, Belgrade, Besiktas, Asteras, Partizan, Besiktas. So you lost to Fiorentina. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We decided to play all our strengths of the game before, and then against Fiorentina we played all our kids. Made no sense. So yeah, I know the games that annoy me. That's why I was like, I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Elena knows ball. Who knew?
So what? Rinkatic. So Rinkatic, big up Rinkatic, one of my Spurs.
Yeah,
guys.
I would like.
He's thinking quarterfinals. You'll end up.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say. Yeah, that sounds realistic. I would like a final, but realistically, we ain't getting to the final in a European competition in the first time in how long? It's just not happening.
That's fair. No, I mean, this is some crazy trolling. Buying Ben Chilwell would guarantee you that's some crazy trolling.
Yeah, we're not even gonna.
He's fucking trash. Speaking of Ben Chilwell's club, Chelsea though, Prime. Apparently, you're in for Victor Osimhen. It's been kind of heating up the past day or two.
He's coming home.
Yeah. All right, talk to me about it. Why are you convinced he's going there?
I'm so happy, man. I've been saying this all summer.
You think for sure he's going?
Yeah, because it makes sense. We're the only club in the world or in Europe, whatever, that wants him. In terms of the big clubs, Real Madrid have Mbappe now. Barca have Lewandowski. Atletico have a striker. Man United spent big money last summer on a random guy. He's a random guy. Spurs don't have the money to pay for him. Arsenal definitely don't have the money to pay for him. City have Haaland. It just makes too much sense for him to come to us. Napoli, well, I say Napoli. Conte wants Lukaku. That's obvious. But Napoli can't afford the price tag that we're setting for him. Lukaku is willing to take the pay cut to go to Napoli. Chelsea want to take the price tag down and even possibly the wages for Victor. PSG tried coming in, but we saw what the Ugarte situation. They need to sell a player before they can buy someone. They want to buy João Neves, but they tried extorting Man United for Manuel Ugarte because they kind of need the money. No one wants to buy Kolo Muani or Gonzalo Ramos. So Osimhen, he's gonna the deal just makes too much sense. Him coming to Chelsea and them getting Lukaku, it just makes too much sense for it not to work. De Laurentiis, I'll be real. This guy is one of the toughest guys to negotiate in world football, but right now he's getting outclassed by Chelsea. There's no.
Well, he's getting what he wants for his manager.
But he set this big price tag for Victor, And yet the fee is coming down by each day because no one else wants him. He wants to come to Chelsea. Lukaku wants to go to Napoli. Ultimately, we'll only take down the Lukaku fee if you take down Victor's price tag. The ball's in our court. The ball's always been in our court.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Our owners have played this perfectly. It's a masterclass. I love it. I think it'll end up coming, and I said this, it'll be towards the end of the window. It'll be like a last few days or something, or last week of the window.
Okay. Now, would you prefer if they just got that done quicker? Like, for me.
I mean, yes, obviously, but in terms of having to pay the least amount of money possible, fair enough. It makes sense. I'm okay with it. My only problem is he's not really training with Napoli right now in terms of preseason. So, he's going to come in once the season has started, and then he's going to have to work to get back to fitness and stuff. Obviously, he's training and stuff, and in his personal life, but in terms of actually being with the squad and being on the pitch, that's all annoying. But as long as we sign him, I'm happy.
That's fair enough. Now, what are the pros and cons of Osimhen? What do you like about the player, and how much have you kind of seen of him at Napoli and obviously with Nigeria? What do you like?
Been watching him since 2019 when he was at Lille.
I liked him at Lille as well. Yeah.
He's quick, physically strong. He can link up play. He is deceptively technical, because people think he's just a big Lukaku lump. He's deceptively technical.
Way skinnier than Lukaku, anyways.
Yeah. He's agile, quick, and he's big and strong. He is. How do I word this? He's not like a Haaland or an Aguero level clinical finisher, but to be an Aguero or a Haaland, you've got to be a freak. He's not that, but he is in terms of the other strikers around. I think he is still one of the best. Aerially, I don't think there's many better strikers than him in terms of being in the air. He's phenomenal in the air.
Yes.
His goal scoring rate again will continue to improve. It wasn't the best last season, but Napoli were going through a lot of problems. They had 3 managers.
They didn't give him enough service.
Exactly, but we saw when they won the title. We saw when he won the title at Napoli 2 seasons ago. You give him service, he will score. This guy turns up in big games. The guy's a leader. He's a presence in the dressing room. We saw at AFCON for Nigeria. Fine, we didn't have the best final, but throughout the tournament, we didn't play to this guy's strengths. We bottlenecked him. This guy still played with an injury and was still one of our best players. Every goal we scored, at some point,
he played a part in it.
Yeah, so Steve, I really love him. There's no other striker.
My phone died. Tell me if this lags.
It's good actually right now. It's good.
Okay, there's no other striker around that I want. I'll be real. There's no, and fine, I have a bias. I've been watching him for 4 years. I've got a massive bias to him, obviously. But when people try and talk to me about him, if you have other preference of strikers, that's fine. But when people tell me he's just Lukaku, he's not that good, you haven't watched him. And let's just be honest and fair and say you haven't watched him, you don't have an opinion. There are players I don't watch that get mentioned. Maradashvili, I've not watched the guy. That's why I don't speak on him. I don't know how good he actually is. He might be
for Georgia.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's
it does.
It doesn't. Well, I'm not going to take 3 international games. It doesn't count for me. I've not actually watched him consistently.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah,
this is true. I just saw a comment saying Poch brought you Cole Palmer. Give him credit for that. That's facts.
No, he didn't. It was Joe Shields. Even I know this, and I'm not a Chelsea fan.
But he started playing him, no?
Poch didn't want Cole Palmer.
Yeah, Joe Shields. Joe Shields is the guy who recruited him.
But Poch is the one that integrated him into the team.
Yeah, but that's good.
Of course, you're going to integrate a 45
See. It's fine. We'll move on. It's fine. Elena knows what she's doing, man. But yeah, I think it'll be amazing.
Any cons with those?
Oh my god, this guy! I want this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name though.
Victor Gyökeres.
Oh, Gyökeres. It's a Hungarian last name.
Yeah. I don't want to butcher it. That's why.
It's Gyökeres. Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
I like Gyökeres.
Yeah.
I like.
put on my Greek accent for it.
I like Gyökeres, by the way. Like
I really like him.
He was the only other option that I'd be willing to get instead of Victor Osimhen. But when people are telling me, let's go get Watkins, I really rate Watkins, but no, he's not gonna. The price is not worth it. Go get Solanke. Solanke's not that good. Go get Tony. Tony's not that good either.
I was
gonna say I like Solanke, but I also like Watkins.
He's not better than Osimhen. I'll give you that. He's not better than
Elena, that's my point. People are telling me all these options that are not better than what I'm talking about. Victor, like you're talking about the downside.
Shoot.
My worry is,
and I want those players, so it shouldn't be what Chelsea want. If I want them as a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, but you also want to win the Champions League, and so do I. So
I do, but apparently when I was saying that was mad. Anyway, we're not going to go into back in the day, are we, Fran?
Yeah. But yeah, my downside, not downside. I think his first season he will struggle.
Osimhen, yeah.
Yeah, and not because of him with the league. I think physically,
I'm not concerned about that. Yeah.
My problem is, especially now with Maresca, how weird this system is that he's trying to play. I think it's going to take us a year to fully adapt to it properly. Osimhen coming in, there are going to be games where he doesn't get service at all and he just looks bad.
Hey, it happens with Isak a lot at Newcastle.
But Steve, my worry, but the thing is though, people don't notice that at Newcastle because people don't actually watch Newcastle consistently. Yeah. Well, people are going to watch us. People are going to blame Victor when we lose games. That's my worry. They're going to
they'll say he's ghosting and you don't buy Serie A's players because
I worry. I trust his mentality. I trust Victor. I trust his mentality. But I worry for him that first season. I really worry. I know what Chelsea fans are.
I think it's hard with players like that, especially with a fan base like yours and even everyone else, as you were saying, pressure when Chelsea do buy a player or buy a manager or whatever. There's pressure naturally. If a player like that with that profile comes in and doesn't hit the ground running, people are going to turn very quickly. And that is a worry, I think, for any good player that fans want and is realistically gonna happen. I think there's always that first season where you signed a four.
And also,
especially because Chelsea are synonymous with strikers.
But also he splits our fans.
You never find a good striker. You never do.
There are like a lot of Chelsea fans that don't actually want him, that don't actually rate him, and they're waiting for him to fail. And they're going to start the whole he's shit, whatever.
The gang against him, yeah.
And then also Chelsea fans are racist. He's black. Like 1 + 1 = 2. That's another worry I have of him. So I'll just be real. I'm very, very worried for him, man. And I don't want to have to protect him all the time. But
I think if you was to give him time past that first season, he'd be a very good player.
Yeah. Again, you know what's funny? If we had Spurs Poch, Victor could actually work. I think that would be fine. But Poch is not that guy anymore.
Unless he comes home. No, I'm joking. Before people attack me, I just really love him.
That's fair. So that's what you're concerned about. You think this now? What's a rough year for Osimhen? Like, because last year I wasn't super impressed. I wasn't super impressed with Napoli overall. They were dreadful.
That's a very good point.
Like, do you think he'll score in all comps? Because you'll probably get to the Conference League groups. I
don't expect him.
I think you'll make an FA Cup run, so that's about 5 games. Carabao Cup, let's say 3. Europa Conference League, you have the 2 qualifiers, and then so that's 2 games, and then 8. So you have 15 games plus 38, about 53 games. Do you think 20 goals?
All the negatives.
You're asking for a lot from a Chelsea forward.
All the negatives I've said.
Considering, actually, here's the other thing, Prime, because isn't there a rumor that Palmer Central is the move?
Steve, all the negatives I've just listed about Victor, I'll be real, like 10 to 15 goals. first season. I'm so.
You're going under
scared.
on the 20. You're going under on the 20. Now, what about the Palmer thing, Prime? What about the Palmer thing, the Palmer Central League? What do you think about that?
I don't know. This thing we're trying to do is so weird.
I'm gonna just go out there and say I think because I was saying this throughout the Euros, Palmer should be playing Central.
No, I don't.
Like Jordan
no,
or Watkins.
I don't disagree with that. No, I don't disagree with that. I'm talking about our system under Maresca.
What is your new system? I haven't actually watched your preseason.
It's so weird. And again, I'm giving it time. I'm not like.
And it's also preseason.
But yeah, I'm not calling it out. But I'm saying it's so weird that I don't know what works and what doesn't work. I didn't watch him at Leicester. I don't know what works and what doesn't.
Let me show you, Elena, what the lineup was. What he put in the lineup. He had Reece James playing in midfield.
Yeah, I think maybe 15 in all comps. Reece James inverting in midfield.
No, not inverting, like playing as a midfielder.
No, yeah, he was inverted into midfield.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
This is Chelsea's lineup versus.
Reece James is the best right back in the league.
It wasn't lined up exactly like that. It was like, but yeah, my problem is like how the system actually works and how long it takes for the players to click. The players can actually adapt to it and click properly. I think Victor will be fine and he'll be flowing with goals. My problem is not.
But it's going to take time.
And the system, yeah, and I'm okay with that. But again,
Chelsea fans have to learn how to be patient. Wow.
No, people won't realize that it's not Victor that's the problem. They'll blame him, and I'm worried about.
Oh, I understand that, but I think in general, regardless of manager, they do need time. But that doesn't like say that you shouldn't have sat Poch, because I saw Poch going way before he did. So I'm not like discrediting that, but I think generally players do need time. Like just
I know, I agree.
And
but I know
managers need time as well. So I think if Maresca does get his systems working, we know Victor's going to be a baller. Like we know that, but it might take.
My fan base, they love to pick and choose. They won't give Victor time. They will not give him time. They won't. Like this,
Especially because y'all are craving for a striker.
And also,
they've been craving for a striker for how many years?
This fan base doesn't want a lot of this.
Diego Costa, arguably.
No, but Steve, it's not that. A lot of this fan base does not want him. Steve, a lot of this fan base doesn't want him. So many people don't want him. Yeah, they don't want. They rather Gyökeres or
Can
Watkins
we have him then, please?
or Tony. They don't want him. They think he's Lukaku. So they're going to
because he comes from Serie A and he's black. That's
and every bad game they will compare him to Lukaku.
Which is crazy because and that's how you tell people don't want him.
That's mad.
And even Lukaku at Chelsea, like I used to defend him a bit as well because there are certain games where he just was not getting service to do anything.
Can I see the Celtic lineup?
Okay. Oh, like Celtics 11? Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to laugh. Okay.
I just can't because bless him.
Bro, he's been a stud at Celtic for years now. He still can't get a game for the US.
It's not an awful lineup, but your players should have. I mean, I don't agree with the lineup though of your players in the system. But then again, you're saying it didn't start like that, exactly. But it is a bit like
it started as a Bring up the lineup. Sorry, I'll remove this. It started as.
Oh yeah, click out of it.
Remove it, Steve. Remove it.
All right, cool. All right.
It started out. It was like it started in a defensive shape. It was a back four. It was like 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But on the ball, it was a back three of Fofana, Badiashile, Colwell, Reece in midfield with Lavia, Madueke and Mudryk as the two wingers.
Yeah.
Carney and Nkuku as the 2-8s, and Gui as the striker. Again, the biggest problems in that is like Madueke and Mudryk. You can't consistently trust them 1v1. But again,
you've also got to remember it is pre-season, so don't take too much on it.
No, I
think managers test things in pre-season as well. He's only just got there. Let's see what he produces. It's odd, but pre-season is pre-season. Like I've only barely watched Tottenham's preseason because I don't put too much into preseason. When you do, which we saw with many Chelsea fans last season, put so much into preseason because Poch did well, and then it came to the pressure and he couldn't hack it.
I know, and I didn't get gassed about that.
I think in general, Chelsea fans need to just but I totally agree with you.
You're right, and I think we'll have a good season. By the way, I actually think we will have a good season.
So you think you'll have a good season despite Osimhen maybe not being as brilliant?
No, but again, I'm saying that depending on how the team can adapt to the system. If we get it to click quite early on, and then he comes into the team, like based on his ability in terms of scoring goals, he can challenge for the Golden Boot. But again, that depends on
100%. But I think that could come in the next season as well.
Which again, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with giving him another season. He's 26.
Where do you think you'll finish this season? Is that
based off of your signings as well? Because you just did sign Philip Jorgensen, the goalkeeper from Villarreal.
I think we can get fourth.
I have
fourth is there. Fourth is there to get.
I think you should definitely be setting sights on that. The team you have is definitely good enough. As you said, United fell off a cliff last season. We fell off a cliff. Newcastle 100% with the amount of injuries they had as well. I think you should be in that running. And that is exactly why Poch was sacked at the end of the day, because you're not, there's no system. You're not in the running for things that you should be. So I do think fourth is 100% doable for Chelsea. And I think Chelsea fans need to stop. We need to realize who they are and stop thinking that you are the Tottenham's, Newcastle's of this world. You should be competing for that with the amount of money you've spent. But bearing in mind, you do have a new manager. So finishing fifth is not the end of the world, but you need to see progression.
Oh no! I think challenge for top four.
Yeah.
Like actually be in the if we're in it and then we finish fifth and it's by a few points, then it's context, so that's fine. But like actually be in the conversation for top four. I believe we can finish just based on our individual. Like we have more quality than the rest of us. The rest of the teams competing with us. Win Conference League, you have to win it. And then from there, who knows?
This is the problem with the Conference League, by the way, because we've got fucking West Ham fans, by the way, chatting shit to me because you want a stupid trophy in Europe when you've got 4 trophies to your name in your history. You're talking shit to Tottenham when, to be honest, when we was in that competition, we were expected to win it. We only went out because we had that COVID issue. We got kicked out. But the problem is with these fucking West Ham fans that sit there and start telling me they're more successful. Shut the fuck up, because you lot are surprised you won it. I was surprised you won it. At the end of the day, it was not a given for you. For us, it would have been, well done. You won the Conference League. Well done. It wouldn't have been that fucking parade that they fucking had.
I wasn't surprised they won it. They were the best team in the competition.
They were shit all season, though. When you think
they were terrible. I agree. Fiorentina were better.
Fiorentina should have beat them. I was so annoyed. I was so angry.
On paper, you're the best team in the competition. Like again, I don't care how bad Chelsea may play during the season. We can finish.
No, but I didn't expect them to win that final based on how bad Moyes had them playing all season.
True, but you have enough individual brilliance.
Yeah, but Fiorentina played better that final, man. I guess individual brilliance is what happened. Bowen didn't. Yeah, bullshit. But yeah, just me getting angry about the Conference League. I just had to throw that in. West Ham fans do not talk.
I'm pissed that I'm not in it. I'm pissed that Newcastle missed out because of
it's a free run at a trophy.
It would be perfect for Newcastle, but again, Newcastle are still much bigger club than West Ham and would be doing it to build on it. West Ham, that's all they're gonna fucking get. So
I think with Chelsea, like I respect the teams that are going to be in. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I don't care who's. Like I expect Jackson to score goals for fun and win it. I don't just play and win. It's not difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult, regardless of who we face.
Yeah.
No, but it will be difficult because if you come up against like an Olympiacos where they can suss out your system. Bro, they beat Villa last year 6-2 on aggregate because they had a system that sussed out Emery.
Steve, that's great. I don't rate Villa squad.
Which Arsenal couldn't do.
Yeah, but you rated. Yeah, but Prime. Were Aston Villa not the best team in the Conference League last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't rate their squad. They had injuries when they played Olympiacos.
Yeah,
they
but
did
when you
have
look at
injuries,
the squads,
but were they
when
still?
you look
Were
at
they
the
still?
squads around them, they should have done it.
Okay, cool. But Chelsea have Cole Palmer. We can bring off the bench.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, but what
I
if
don't
he
care.
gets? What if you guys have the injuries that a Villa does?
We have more than enough individual.
games.
We have more than enough individual. But I don't care. I don't care. Win it. Don't care. I'm Chelsea. I don't care. Win it, please.
He's gonna be so pissed. He's gonna be so pissed when they don't win.
Even if we get top 4, if we don't win the Conference League, it's a bit of a failure. I don't care, man.
He's gonna be pissed when they don't win it, bro.
We have to win it. The only way we don't.
I don't think you will. I don't think you will.
The only way I accept not winning the Conference League is if we win the other 2 domestic trophies and get top 4.
Another few.
The other 2 domestic trophies and
you're thinking of winning both of them.
If we don't win the Conference League, yes, you have to make up for it.
Madness. This is Chelsea. He's back to his Chelsea roots. He was talking like a fan, and now he's Chelsea.
No, I get it. I get it. But I'm just saying, as someone who watches any and every European league, bro, I'm telling you, there are players out there. There are players in Team Prime that you don't know about that possess individial brilliance that you're just not aware of.
I never said it would be easy, but I expect us to still win it. No. My point being that we're the best team in it. I expect us to win. I don't care. I get
what you're saying. But this is the problem with the Conference League. It's a lot of pressure for the big clubs that end up being in it. It's a lot of pressure.
Only West Ham have done it out of the English teams.
Yeah,
but what
the winners of it have been Roma, unfortunately.
Who were the English teams that were in it?
About Roma.
Who were the English teams that were in it, though? What English teams were in it?
Then I get shit about Mourinho, and I can't be asked for that.
Steve, what English teams were in the Conference League? What English teams have been in the Conference League? Spurs went out of it in the group stages.
We didn't get knocked out. We had COVID issues.
I know. But who else? What other English teams have been in the Conference League?
West Ham.
Okay, Villa. They won. Aston Villa. Okay, they had injuries. Villa had injuries. If they didn't have injuries, they would have won it. So
but EPL. Yeah, but I don't know about that because West Ham. Olympiacos, Aston Villa.
Okay, cool. Who else?
Prime. Tactically, if you watch the Olympiacos Aston Villa, the 2 games, it didn't matter who they had out there quality-wise. It was a tactical tweak.
I know.
He exposed Unai Emery.
He did it for the better.
Steve, I respect European football, but I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, it's the Fatur kiss of death.
I don't. Fatur doesn't count. He's only here for
Fatur does count. You know it.
I'm just saying. I don't care. Listen, if we don't win the Conference League, then what are we doing?
What are we doing? It's European football, bro. It's hard to win.
We're not building. I'm not Arsenal. We're not building.
This is football karma.
We're not building.
Sometimes if the things that have happened to Chelsea couldn't have happened to a better club. That's all I'm going to say.
This is football karma. This is football karma right here.
Cool. Listen, I don't care. We'll win the Conference League, man. I don't care.
No, I get it. It should be a goal. And you are the favorite. I'm not going to say.
When we won the Europa under Sarri, we faced a high-flying Frankfurt team in the semi-finals. We struggled, and we still beat them on penalties.
Oh, yeah, you played Frankfurt. Yeah.
That's my point.
You're just saying win it by whatever means.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get
Even if you get
this comment that
Steve, do you think I care if we get outclassed, but we still win it? I don't care.
No, I'm not saying that, Prime. What I'm saying, all right, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I will not be surprised if you don't win the Conference League. Whereas, other people will banter you and will be like, "Oh, you should have won it. You should have won it. You should have won." I would have been like, "No," because that's not how sports work. That's not how European football in particular works. Like, remember when Atalanta played Liverpool last year, Prime, and I was screaming and yelling at people? I'm like, bro, Atalanta will beat Liverpool. Everybody was like, no way. Mm-hmm. No.
But Steve,
and I didn't banter Liverpool for losing Atalanta.
No, but Steve,
I was like, there's literally a way this can happen.
It was still embarrassing.
I didn't think it was embarrassing. Not really.
Okay, good for you. You're Nostradamus. It was still embarrassing that Liverpool lost.
You're Nostradamus.
It was still embarrassing Liverpool lost.
it was embarrassing that they got outclassed that badly.
Exactly.
I didn't even think that would happen.
That's my point. I don't expect we should not get outclassed that bad. We shouldn't.
Yeah, but I literally outlined the reasons why that could happen. Why I thought it was going to happen.
If we do, that will be embarrassing. Because if we get outclassed, we have more than enough individual brilliance to save us.
Right.
Frankfurt outclassed us those 2 legs, but we got saved because of Eden Hazard. We have Cole Palmer and Cuckoo, Reece James. Hopefully, we'll have Victor Osimhen. We've got Jackson. We have more than enough to.
You got firepower. Reece James can score goals and fucking.
Steve, we're getting outclassed by Steve, we're getting outclassed by Olympiacos, and then Reece James scores a screamer for 30 yards. That's what I'm talking about. We have that.
That could happen. Yeah.
That's my point. I don't care.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
I feel you.
Respect my club.
Fitzor really hate Max. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Fitzor, man. This comment, that's a cursed comment, bro. Fitzor, man. We're going to look back on that comment, man. I'm going to look back on
it. Stop trying to dissect Chelsea like you're smart. Do you have any more questions? Or do you have any more questions?
Oh, my. What do you fucking mean dissect like I'm smart? Philip Jorgensen is
yes.
I don't know what that unnecessary shot was at, but talk to me about Philip Jorgensen. How much have you seen?
I've not watched him at all. Apparently he's good with his feet. Apparently his shot stopping is a bit dodgy. But we'll see.
Are you happy with the concept of signing him? Because you're not a Robert Sanchez guy. I think he's rubbish as well.
Jorgensen is meant to be elite with his short and long distribution. So
he is pretty good with it, yeah.
But apparently he's not good with his feet. But again, I haven't watched him. So who knows?
I would say sometimes he is in away games at the Mestalla when they play their derby against Valencia. I feel like he looks like a fucking scared little puppy. I can't lie. So sometimes he's looking a bit sus out there. But then there are games where they played the reverse leg at the Estadio de la Ceramica against Valencia in the derby. And he looked really, really, really good.
Okay, so play him at home to Spurs, but don't play him away to Spurs. God, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably beat Spurs. You might. You'll probably. No, but I think
beat us. It's not a shock.
Conte couldn't beat Spurs. So.
I think over. How much did you buy him for? 16 million pounds.
Yeah, it was cheap.
It's a drop in the ocean, and he's better than Sanchez. I can confirm that.
Yeah,
he is better than Sanchez. So overall, I think that's a good sign. What do you make of the Kieran Dewsbury Hall signing and those guys?
Yeah.
Are you underwhelmed with the window, Prime? What's up?
Not necessarily. I don't know if Dewsbury Hall is actually that good. I don't know. But if he's like a squad filler for Gallagher, that's a good thing. But I think because of Maresca, the guy's actually going to be playing games. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Apparently he's going to play tomorrow. So we'll see how good he actually is. I have a lot of it's not even question marks. It's just I'm interested to see a lot of players.
What the fuck?
KDH militancy. Yes.
KDH militancy.
No. Yeah.
Fucking
but we'll see. We'll see what Chelsea. We've got enough. We've got quality in the squad. So it's about getting it all to click. So we'll see.
And what do you think of Tosin out of Rabayo? I actually haven't gotten your opinion on that signing at all.
He thinks it looks like he's an actual leader in the squad, which is good.
Did you like what you saw at Fulham? I thought he's a good center back.
He's good. I mean, he's not who I would have signed. I would have signed someone more elite, to be fair. But
even for Frank?
Yeah, but again, we'll see. Maybe he is actually quality. We'll see.
What do you think Chelsea need in their window? Let's assume you get Osimhen. What else do you need in the window?
We need a winger.
Left or right?
We need a winger.
Left or right?
We need a winger.
It just means any.
Yeah,
I think you need a left winger.
I want Angelo to stay. I think he's going to go. So that would then mean we need a left-footed right winger. But I want to keep Angelo. I then get a right-footed left winger and maybe get rid of Sterling. But I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see.
Okay. That's fair. Tosin, Average, fair enough. KDH over Enzo. No, that's crazy. Kieran Dewsbury Hall's a good player, but he's not better than Enzo. That is crazy.
Oh, something that also worries me. Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, it does worry me. Is the Enzo situation? Chelsea.
Yes.
What happens there? That in terms of like squad harmony, it worries me. But again, we'll see. Apparently, he's back he's back training. Like he's been in the squad for a couple of days now. He's training and stuff, and apparently they've forgiven him. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. And now finally, last section, talk about some Newcastle for a few minutes. I haven't signed really anyone. We signed Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth on a free. We signed John Ruddy from fucking Birmingham. We signed some other scrub goalkeeper, and we signed Miodrag Pivas from a Serbian team.
Oh, you're linked to Nani Madueke. Thoughts?
Yes. See, I'm taking him all day. I'm taking Madueke all day long 100%. On the right. All day long at Newcastle. Almiron is terrible. And Jacob Murphy is a good squad right winger.
You know what happens when you call Almiron terrible? He does well.
Yes, Jack Grealish. Yeah. Well, it didn't work last season. Guy had 3 goals and like 1 assist. He was rubbish. He's poor, honestly. He's a purple patch guy like Havertz. He's a purple patch guy like fucking Richarlison or whatever. Like it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know what purple patch Charleston. Oh, I mean, Everton.
Yeah, there you go. But for me, I'm buying Madueke from Chelsea if that's an option. What Prime? Do you think that would work at Newcastle, Madueke? Under Eddie Howe?
50 mil, and he's yours.
Okay, well, price tag aside, do you think the signing would be good for?
I do. Him on a counter attack. Yeah, I think it would work.
And Eddie Howe has a good history with attackers, anyways, because like he's had Wilson, he's had Isak, they bang in goals. Gordon's development under Eddie Howe's been great. He was the best left winger in the league last year. Barnes is a good backup winger as well, or could start if something happened to Gordon. Like if we don't buy a right winger, then we need to play Barnes or Gordon on the right. Because I'm not doing this Miguel Almiron experience one more time. I'm not doing
Elena, what happened to Madueke at Spurs? Because what I was hearing when Poch got appointed was that Poch didn't like Madueke at Spurs, apparently his attitude or something. Then Madueke then left the PSV. So what happened there?
Yeah, Poch likes a certain caliber of players, as I've explained. He likes like players that don't question him, run through walls for him and whatever. I think with Madueke, I think he was not totally sold, which is fair enough. And I think he was rebelling a little bit, not to the point where it was like an issue, but I think Poch just didn't like anyone questioning him. And I think he has a little bit of that attitude in him where it didn't seem like he was going to just listen and do everything he says. I think he has that sort of attitude, which is not a problem. But I think Poch wanted to build a certain type of team then, and he didn't see him being that hard worker that he needed. But I don't think that means he won't work at another club. We've seen him do quite well. And when he went to PSV, did all right. Yeah. I think, he was doing his job. I think Poch just didn't fit the caliber of players that he wanted. But I don't think it's something that should deter any other teams. I think he's just not a Poch player. Because Poch was quite stubborn in that sense.
Do you think the move to Newcastle would be a good one if that happened?
Yeah. I think Newcastle would be a good move for him because it's not too much, but it's what he needs to progress in his career. And I think he'd do very well at Newcastle. I think the team will fit him. I think how system will fit him. I think he'd do well.
Yeah.
Is that the same with is that what happened with Marcus Edwards?
We don't talk about Marcus Edwards.
I like Marcus Edwards.
That was very sad. That was very sad. That was one for me. Poch didn't like him and just got rid of him. For me, that was one we missed out on. That was one of Poch's biggest mistakes, I think, was selling Marcus Edwards.
Like having the depth of Edwards off the bench like that.
Oh, unbelievable. And I think, I like to say every manager's going to make mistakes. And it's like, obviously, that was definitely one of them, but it's not like he did awful since. But what I will say is that was definitely a very, very bad decision. And I think every Spurs fan, there's only Spurs fans in the chat, I'm not sure, but every Spurs fan will agree that Marcus Edwards should not have been sold, and it would have been a great squad depth. And by now, he would have been brilliant. I think we watch
starting
him.
Right winger.
We watch him and we're very upset about getting rid of him. And that's one player that Tottenham fans don't talk about much, but we do all feel the same, I like to think, anyway.
You've played Sporting 4 times since you sold him, right?
Yeah. And he's done well every time.
Yeah.
And he's played very well every time. And every time I'm like, fuck, man. Like, that is one player that it slipped. But then again, City have done it with Cole Palmer. Like, end of the day, this shit does happen.
We had Ivan Toney at Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mitrovic.
It's very rare for City to make a mistake like that, like what they did with Cole Palmer, but
they can afford to because they have Oscar Bob.
That's what I'm saying.
Oscar Bob is
we can't afford it. We get haunted by it, whereas City
I love Palmer. I don't know how much of a mistake it is for City. I don't think it's that much of a mistake. I'll be sorry.
Because they're still going to be winning Prem.
Yeah, no, I don't mean in the sense of it's going to deter them from winning. I just mean they got rid of a very good player, which is very unlike them. Yeah. That's what I mean. But I don't think it's going to stop them from winning because they can afford to lose him, as Steve said. They can afford to lose him, but it's rare that it happens when they have a star and it's just slipped through because he's a star. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Chelsea did a very good move getting Palmer.
I like that move from the start.
Apparently, we also want to get Oscar Bob.
Yo, if you got Oscar Bob, that'd be a phenomenal.
There's no way.
And you could sell.
I'm fed up of Chelsea making signings.
That's not going to happen. We're not getting Oscar Bob. It's not going to happen. They'll extort us for him, but apparently we want him.
Yeah, would you take
not a world beater? Can I just reply to this comment? Edward not being a world beater. Edward, I'm not saying he's a world beater. I'm saying we could have utilized him, as Prime said, having him off the bench. I'm not calling him the next Harry Kane or Son in his prime as a winger or whatever. What I'm saying is he's a decent player that we let slip, and we don't replace. So letting him slip was a mistake when we didn't have squad depth under Poch. That was one player that could have slotted in and having a decent winger. I'm not saying he's the next big thing, but I'm saying he's a decent player.
Cost?
Yeah.
Moura, how much did he cost?
Lucas Moura.
I want to say 30, but I feel like that's Sissoko.
You're wasting 30 mil on Lucas Moura when Marcus Edwards can.
But that's what I'm saying. And Lucas Moura for me was awful. Yes, he gave me the best Spurs game I've ever watched, and I will always say that. But he was awful throughout that season. And when people sit there, you brought up Moura, so now I just have to say this.
We got him from PSG for 28 million euros.
Yeah. I knew it was around the 30 mark. I was So. Yeah, for me with Moura, right? Everyone says, "Oh, Poch made a huge mistake not playing Moura in the final." People can say that all they want. If they're going to ask me any given day, would I rather want an unfit Kane or a fit Moura playing? I would take an unfit Kane. So for me, it wasn't that mad of a call. You are talking about a player that is very average most of the time. He performed in one game. That doesn't all of a sudden mean he should be starting over Harry Kane, who said he can start. So when people say that, it pisses me off.
An unfit Harry Kane, though.
End of the day, the guy deemed himself fit enough to play, and I think I would much rather trust Kane over Moura, 100,000,000%.
That's fair.
So I don't think it's that mad of a call. With Poch in that situation, it was damned if you do, damned if you don't. Unless you win the game, there's going to be someone to say, well, you should have played Kane, he was fit.
It's more started up top and then Kane was on the bench and you still lose it.
In that sense, this is what you're saying because we lost the game. Let's say we won the game with Kane playing.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Everyone would have said, brilliant decision to play Kane if we won. But because we lost, whatever Poch did in that situation would have been criticised.
Elena, I'm agreeing with you.
I agree with that. Yeah,
it would have been, why didn't you start? I
didn't criticize you guys, though, because I didn't think you'd win the game.
Well, we don't beat Liverpool in the best of days, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We played better than them at Anfield so many fucking times, and they've always beat us.
Yeah.
Let's not get into the flying the ball. Son just deciding.
Except last year. Last year was a rough.
Last year at home we needed a bit of help.
Do you know how hilarious it would have been if you'd won?
It would have been so funny because those Arsenal fans, honestly, can't even. It's dreams.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Actually, Elena, does it make you think? Because you and Spurs and Liverpool were kind of on a similar-ish trajectory. Do you not think if you'd won that final, then you could have...
Everything would have been different. Poch wouldn't have been sacked. Everything would have been different. I would have a Champions League. So those Arsenal fans that have never won one, everything would have been different.
Wait, Prime, you didn't want Spurs to win that final, right?
Of course not.
I mean, I was living in Ireland at that time, and growing up in Ireland, I didn't really know Spurs existed. So I wanted, just for the fact of Liverpool tears, Arsenal tears, I love chaos. That would have been brilliant for me.
It would have been absolute chaos. I actually don't know how the football world would have handled it because Tottenham winning the Champions League seems impossible.
Also, Elena, people don't remember 2019. That is peak AFTV.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, in 2019, that whole season, if you don't remember, beginning of the season, we were great, right? Then we played Burnley and we had that absolute nightmare. And Poch got angry at the linesman. And then that all happened. Then we fell off so bad. We barely made top 4. I was at the last game, which was Everton. I was at the game. We had to win that game. We got to the point where we were literally praying on the last game of the season to secure top 4. We fell off from 2nd in the league to 5th. Then we had to win that game to secure 4th. Otherwise, we had to win the final. So in that sense, we dropped off so bad. We knew that we weren't going to win that final. Okay, it was very hard to control playing your best football in the Champions League every week and then playing a Premier League game. I do totally respect that. Yeah. But generally, we were scraping past. We scraped 4th that year and we barely made that final. I mean, if you remember, we shouldn't have got through versus Barcelona. If you remember that game when it was just after and PSV had to get a draw even though they were already out.
Oh, yeah, in the group stage.
PSV had to get a draw even though they were already out. And we were celebrating because they had scored. It was actually Bergwijn that scored, which is quite funny. Or he assisted, one of the two. And we were celebrating that game because we had got through. That's how bad we were that season. This is why I say, for me, I know loads of fans disagree. So for me, the hardest thing to win is the Premier League because of the consistency, and you can get lucky in any cup game, that being Europe, that being anywhere, you can get lucky. We are living proof of that because how shit we were that season, we managed to make that final. It was one game after that. So for me, it shows how hard it is to win the Prem, and it's a lot different getting into a final in any cup game.
I kind of
loads of people disagree.
Because I've won. I don't want to flex. I've won both. It's so winning the Champions League. It's so different.
Yeah, but let's say we beat Liverpool. Would you say we were amazing that season?
Wait, what?
When we got to the final, if we beat Liverpool in that final, would you say we were amazing that season? Because we weren't.
In terms of the league.
And you know what happened after that?
But we shouldn't have got through even to the final. We needed.
Poch got sacked the next season, early into the season.
I know. Hold on. But if Spurs had won, that's the exception. But that doesn't break.
In my eyes, it just shows how you can scrape through a cup competition because other teams had to do a job for us as well
Yeah,
to get us through.
yeah,
We can
but
scrape
Elena,
through a cup competition and make a final and win that final,
yeah, no,
which
but
is
Elena,
why I think it's actually a joke that we haven't won any cup any cup since
but
2008.
Elena, but that disproves what you're saying because you scraped through and you still didn't win.
No, it doesn't, because I'm saying it's one game. One game of football, anything can happen in one game of football.
I've seen Chelsea, like,
I'm sorry, the year you won the Champions League. No, wait. You won. No, let me finish. The year you won the Champions League, was it against Bayern?
Yeah.
You won, yeah.
You
were fucking shit that season. You were awful. You finished fifth. You took our fourth place when you were shit, when no one had you winning that final. This is what I'm saying. You can speak now. Right, I'm waiting. He's not talking, so my point still stands. They were shit in that final, and you had them fucking running around with that Champions League when we finished fourth, and I was crying, actual tears, by the way, because we finished fourth. We didn't fucking get it because these lot were shit all season and got through a cup competition and won it.
Okay. But in the Champions League, we beat Bayern Munich because we were better than them. We played Barca. We played like a prime. Are you not? But hold on. We played prime. Played prime Pep Barcelona across 2 legs, and we were better than them. Like I'm not talking about the consistency being in the league, but like being in the Champions League.
Yeah, but this is my point.
No, but like again, look at how Spurs were. Yes, getting luck in certain moments and stuff against like Barca and whatever, but ultimately you still didn't win it. That shows how difficult it is.
No, it doesn't. It just shows we didn't win one game of football.
No, I know, but like
getting to the final is harder than winning. I know, one game
but like
of
yes. Let me actually make my point. It's not it's not about one game of football. Winning the Champions League is not just about the final. To win the Champions League, you have to be consistent over the Champions League campaign. Hold on. Yeah, like to actually win it. When Chelsea won it, even with Tuchel, like we faced an Atletico Madrid side that at that point were the best side in Europe defensively, and we outclassed them. We went to face Real Madrid in the semi-final, and we outclassed them. We faced Man City, who were on course, I think, for the treble.
Well, Pep in Europe wasn't that good, so
no, true, but we still. Same way Spurs beat them, we still faced a strong.
Okay, let me just. Okay, so let me just. Can I reply now? Because I actually have a reply. I get you played all these teams. I get it. My point is, did you win the league that year because you weren't good over 38 games?
No, but we were good in Europe.
That's my point. A smaller amount of games is easier to win.
Yeah, no, but it's not because.
Well, it is. Because that is the fact. You didn't win. If it was that easy to win the Premier League, you would have done it.
I'm not saying either one is easy. By the way.
No, but I'm saying it's. I think it's easier to win a Champions League than it is a Prem. You're living proof of that.
No, but I think people underestimate how difficult it is to win the champ. We've seen historic sides in the Prem, by the way. Chelsea's a team that won a back-to-back under Mourinho in the early 2000s. We've seen Arsenal go invincible in the Premier League and struggle in the Champions League.
Yes, but we've also seen you struggle. Yes, but I can literally come back. We've seen your own team struggle in the Prem and win the Champions League. I can come back with that.
Yeah, but that's my point of how difficult it's.
That's my point of how I think it's more. I think it's harder to be consistent in a Premier League over a long period of time than it is to win a Champions League. The reason why I think it's not the reason why English teams or whatever don't do as well as they should do in the Champions League because we don't see these teams week in, week out. We don't naturally play against them. But I think
a lot of fans get arrogant the players feel it.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to make. I think people underestimate how difficult it is in the Champions League to win in Europe. Like,
okay,
hold on. As again, I think both obviously are extremely difficult, and I'm not saying winning the Champions League is like 1,000 times more difficult than winning the Prem. I think it's like marginal.
I think for me, consistency being the best team in English football is a lot harder than getting through a cup competition, because you can get through that competition under luck. I'm not saying you lot didn't. I'm not saying that you got through out of luck. You might have outclassed these players, but I'm saying you can.
Yeah, but Elena, you said to me that you won the Champions League. Why didn't you win the league that year? I can flip that and say, oh, you won the Prem. Why didn't you win the Champions League that year?
This is, you can understand, you can flip it both ways, but how many if you're talking about amount of games and consistency over a whole season, it's harder to be consistently good over a whole season. You can play well in a one-off away and home game and get through easier than playing every team twice in the whole season, getting through and winning that competition.
Okay.
Can I chime in?
You can.
Wait, hold on. No, but we've seen it in the Prem though as well. That you can be brilliant over the course of a season.
And this is why this is a debate, because either way can make an argument.
Because Arsenal the past 2 seasons, we'll all agree they've been brilliant. But why haven't they won the Prem?
My argument is that, if you look at Juventus, they had won 9 or 10 Scudetto in a row up until 2019-20. How many Champions Leagues did they win that time?
None.
They
reached 2 finals.
Paris Saint-Germain have won how many Liga tidles out of the past 15 years?
But
how many UCL titles? None.
Obviously, you lot do, you watch a lot more European football than me, but I do think the Premier League has a certain type of caliber that makes it a lot harder for certain players and certain teams to win it. Now, if you're going to say people like Leicester won it, that's a flash in the pan. When have we seen a team come up and win a Premier League on a consistent basis? Whereas in the Champions League, we had no business being in that final. If we won that final, this is a whole thing, is what I'm saying. Generally, in a cup competition, you can get lucky and make it. I'm not saying that's the norm. I'm saying it's more likely. No, wait, let me finish.
Okay.
It's more likely that you'll get lucky in a cup competition than you will in the Prem. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying every team gets lucky, but I'm saying you've got more of a chance of getting lucky in a cup competition than you are in a Prem, because a Prem is more about consistency.
I would say football overall is more consistency. I would say champs is ever so slightly harder to win, because we've seen amazing teams not win the champs, like that Juventus team with fucking Barjagli.
And obviously, you can make the City argument.
Buffon, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain.
We can talk about luck, and I agree.
Bayern München as well.
But I don't think you need luck. I don't think you get lucky in the Prem. I don't think
you know what the other thing is? We have to consider that Real Madrid have been winning a bunch of Champions Leagues in this era as well. They've taken away from. That's what makes the Champions League crazy to win. You probably have to cross paths against
Elena,
Real
you're
Madrid.
talking about luck, right? And what you just said about Spurs, you had a bit of luck going into the final.
Yeah.
But you didn't win it. Ultimately, luck.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying what I'm talking about is the possibility of winning a Champions League for me is higher, because you can get luckier in a cup competition than you can overall.
I know what you said. I know what you said. I know what you meant. But my point is, luck can still only take you so far.
You're 100%, but that's what I mean. Luck can only take you so far, and teams have got lucky in the Champions League and won it. Porto had no business winning that Champions League.
Yeah, but Porto weren't lucky every single way through.
I'm not saying you're lucky every single way through.
Monaco, they played in the final. Monaco as well.
But this is what you're misunderstanding. I'm not saying you're lucky all the way through. I'm saying you have less games to be lucky in and make it to that final, and then just play your best in that final. You don't do that in the Premier League. You can't luck. You don't have luck every week. And in the Premier League, you have to be consistent. That's why you can't get lucky and win a Premier League. You have to be consistent. And I rate consistency higher.
I know, but I also think you can be lucky and win the Champions League.
Yeah, you can get lucky and not win the yeah, 100%. But I think there's less games, so you're more likely to get a little bit more luck, make it in the final, and play your best football in that final. Then you can get lucky over 38 games in a Premier League.
Yeah, but there are games in the Premier League you can get lucky at.
100%.
Or something can swing your way to VAR decision.
What I'm saying is there's more of them. It's unlikely you're going to do that over a whole season, but you can do that over a whole Champions League.
And does it not also depend on the opponent you face as well? Because, like, if you're talking about competing for the league, City, the past 2 seasons, they've had to face Arsenal. We know Arsenal, since they won the title in 2004, every title challenge they've had, they have not won the league. No, but I'm making the point, every title challenge they've had, they've not won the league. City facing that sort of team or that sort of club, you would like to think that their mentality would be, we will win this league anyway, regardless of the 10 points difference, right?
No, I'm not discrediting the Champions League. I just really,
I know you're not. Yeah.
I just really rate consistency, because for me that shows you can do this week in, week out. Whereas I know from my own experience in the Champions League, I relied on other teams to get me through certain rounds, whereas I can't do that in the Premier League week in, week out.
You can rely on other teams. Like if I okay, you're a lot like when Fulham got a draw.
Yes, but
I think it's more. When Aston Villa beat Arsenal at the Emirates late in last season.
Was I shocked? Yes, I was shocked. I would be less shocked in a fight. For example, you lot were mentioning, I get it, this isn't the Champions League, but fair. You're mentioning Villa and Olympiacos. Again, I think people can have certain games in a European competition where they put everything into it, especially the European teams, because the Premier League demands full strength every week in, week out in both competitions. If you're doing both of them, I think it's a lot harder. That's just my opinion, but I'm not saying it's easy to win. I'm just saying
I get what you mean, but I just think I
think it's an interesting debate. I think it's
a reason why English teams notoriously struggle in Europe. There's a reason for that.
Yes,
I think they underestimate the teams they play.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point. That's why I think the Champions League.
Scary, Steve. Just.
That's why I think the Champions League is like.
What do you mean?
I get it. No, I get your point. I'm not saying I fully disagree. I'm just saying I really like consistency.
I get what you mean, but I think you also have to be consistent in a competition.
Yeah, fair. It's fair. You're making it worse. Your picture, but fine. But yeah, that's all. That's all. It's just a fun debate. I have this debate quite a lot when it comes to
like Villa last season. They weren't consistent throughout the entire season, and they still finished 4th
because of the quality they have.
No, but
there's more quality in the league, which is why I think it's harder.
No, but they finished. They weren't challenging for the league or anything. But Villa, they fell off a cliff. They went through a bad.
Yeah, but then you're thinking about all the other teams that fell off a cliff as well. Which is why I think it's harder, because it's harder to stay on that hill and not fall off.
But they still got top 4 in the Champions League.
They still got top 4 because everyone else fell off harder.
Yeah, but in the Champions League. In the Champions League, in a quarter final, you can get punished off of.
You can get punished, but you also can play good football for one game and get through.
Yeah, but you can also play good football and not get through.
Exactly, luck. That's my point.
Yeah, but luck can only go so far.
Yeah, but it's going to take you further in a competition with less games than it is going to take you in a Premier League.
I kind of disagree. Again, I don't know. I'm only saying this because
I think the Champs is harder to win just because nowadays you have to go through Real Madrid most likely. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not even just Real Madrid. You have to face teams in Europe certain teams that are notoriously known for doing well in Europe no matter what. You face Liverpool like
would
that final.
Forgetting Real Madrid, would these teams do that well in the Premier League?
What do you mean?
Yes, because they're quality teams.
Wait, which teams? What do you mean?
You tell. All right, Elena, can you name me a better goalkeeper than Thibaut Courtois?
No, forget Real Madrid. Elena, what do you mean? Explain what you mean.
No, I'm saying I rate I think you can lose any game in the Premier League. I think you can face bottom of the table, top of the table. You could no game is a given win. That's what I'm saying. Because I think anyone can turn up and that can fuck your season up if you then go on a few games where you haven't won. And I think facing a one-off game, you can play your best football over 2 legs. You can play your best football in those 2 games. But I think over a weekly basis, I don't know. I don't see how it's not harder to do it every week than it is to do in a few games. But if you're talking about the quality of opposition is harder in the Champions League, yes. But the consistency is also very hard to do it every week.
Well, the thing is, like in the champs as well, it's a knockout tournament. If you lose in the round of 16, you're out of the tournament. You can afford to have bad form in the Prem and win the title because we saw Man City have a little bit of a slip up when they had Rodri out. And we saw Arsenal as well have some bad form, and they were still in it up until a certain point. So you can't afford to have a bad game and result in the champs. Otherwise, in the knockout rounds, otherwise you're done.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that.
You know what
totally agree with that. Yeah. But I also think luck is more likely to come into play when it's just a smaller amount of games than it is over more games. I think there's argument on both sides. I don't deny that. I think it's just a fun debate to have.
Yeah, of course. Now, what were you saying about Real Madrid in the Premier League? What were you saying?
What I was saying.
Do you think they would win it? Do you think they would win it?
I think City would give them a run for their money. You put them in the league right now
and you replaced a team.
I think it would be between City and Real Madrid, and I still think City would give them a run for their money, is what I'm saying. It would be about consistency over 38 games. So I think in general...
Which hasn't actually been Real Madrid's forte the past few years. They've won La Liga, but they've been Champions League specialists.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that because it's a smaller amount of games? Because how would they do playing all these teams that... I do think you can lose any game in the Premier League over a consistent period of time, and playing City with City doing their thing, they're specialists at winning it. I think it's hard to do, and I think it would be an interesting thing to see how much times Real Madrid or City would win it between the two, because then you have an argument.
I wouldn't worry about Real Madrid because we could go through their 11. Is Thibaut Courtois would he be the best goalkeeper in the Premier League?
Probably, yeah.
Him or Allison or
him,
Anderson.
Yeah.
But he's in the convo bare minimum. It's not like I'm bringing 100%. Up fucking.
I don't deny they'll be up there. Yeah. I'm just saying, would Vinicius they win Jr. the amount of Premier Leagues that they've won in Champions Leagues?
Vinicius Jr. would be probably the best left winger in their midfield 3 of fucking Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Bellingham. Yeah, like.
They're unbelievable, but then when you go through this, what I would say is I don't think it will be a clear. Oh, they're going to win it every year. I think City will give them.
It would be Real Madrid sometimes, and Man City.
It'll be City sometimes.
Just 100%. Like how when they meet in the Champions League, sometimes Man City beat them over the 2 legs. Sometimes Real Madrid. This year,
when you talk about the other team,
this year if they meet in the semifinals.
Oh yeah,
it's a 50-50 tie.
Yeah.
Real Madrid might win it. Man City might win it.
But I'm saying, like, when you talk about Juve, all these other big teams that are in the Champions League every year, I don't know how well they do doing a 38 Premier League games season as well as the Champions League, and see which one they win more.
Yeah,
I think they win the Champions League more than they do the Premier League, and I think that's because of the amount of games they have.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, Steve. You said Juve would win the Champions League more times than they would win the Prem.
If they were in the Prem, I'm saying.
I'm not talking about the amount what they've done in their own leagues and the amount of times they've won the Champions League.
Which Juventus team though? Because this new one is like
I'm talking
when you played them.
Yes, when we played them, and
what year?
When we got to the final. Well, the year before we lost to them, and then when we got to the final that year, and Danny Rose was
talking about the team that had like Tevez and Pogba, Dybala. That's what that team.
Yeah. But anyway, 2015.
Yeah, but anyway, what you're saying, I hear it. But does that mean you think Arsenal have more of a chance of winning the Prem than the Champions League?
I think Arsenal have more of a chance winning the Champions League than they do the Prem.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, because you think Arsenal will have a bit more luck. Hold on. Because you think Arsenal will have more luck.
Yes, but there's context to everything. Arsenal are notoriously not good in Europe. So there's context to everything.
And Arsenal are notoriously not good in a title race.
Well, fuck Arsenal, innit? But yes, that is what I'm saying. I still think they have more of a chance of winning something with smaller amounts of games than they do winning the Premier League against City.
Ooh, actually, interesting then. So under Poch, when you guys were good, did you think you had more of a chance of winning the Champions League than the Prem?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because getting to that final proved more than anything. And even the years before, we fucked up against Juve, stuff like that. But again, I still think we can play our best football in a one-off game more often than we can every week.
But do you not think, because I think
you think you're better? You know what it is also? I think Spurs would also be underdogs in most Champions League games.
No, but there's a stat. Ellen, there's a stat. I think over the course of 2 or 3 seasons, or no, I think it's a course over 2 seasons. You were the Leicester won the league and Chelsea won the league, and statistically, you guys were Spurs were the best team in the league.
Well, that's my point. It's very hard to win. That's my point. That's my point.
But knowing what Spurs was like in big games under Poch. But you still think you had more of a chance of winning
because it's one-off. The reason why is because it's a one-off. My point is, when it comes to the Premier League, I think this might be a biased opinion because I genuinely thought those years we were the best team in the league. Those few years, those 2 years, I'll say we were the best in the league. We played the best football. We were scoring most goals.
Defensively as well.
Defensively great, but we fell short. That's my point. This opinion might be coming from a biased place because of how good we were in those 2 seasons.
You were good, so I don't think that's bias either.
So, the reason why I say that is because we were so good and we still didn't win it. But then when we were shit in the Prem, we made it to the final. So it's going off personal experience, but I think we just weren't consistent enough to win that Prem, and that was very hard to do. And I think we were amazing that year. Because you lot decided to go on some fucking how many game unbeaten run under Conte, and I'm angry about that.
I think. How many was it? Was it 18?
It was bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, blame Arsenal. They didn't beat us.
I do. I blame Arsenal for everything in my life. Trust me.
Crazy. We just started winning games, and then we beat Man United 4-0 out of nowhere, and then we kept winning games.
Yeah, I remember that Man United. It was a 12:30 Saturday game, and you absolutely fucking screwed that.
We were 2-0 up, out of nowhere. It was a fluke.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I used to watch their games hoping they'd get a loss, and it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, and you knew it as well. You knew it.
We knew it, which is why we're so happy with that.
Oh, you know what's funny about that season, right? Conte and Costa fell out, and Conte wanted to sell Costa in January to China. If that had happened, we don't win that league.
And we win it. And I would, I don't, you don't understand. The amount of money I would have spent in that shop would have been disgusting. The merchandise.
Hey, Conte, people thought, I realized why Peter hates Conte. He almost sacrificed that league title.
Yeah, well, listen, Conte is Conte, innit? He's just not my manager, I'll tell you. You took my manager and tried to make me hate him.
I think they could do something with Napoli this year. I'm interested to see.
Yeah,
that.
I think under the right system he can do well. It's just never going to work out a Tottenham system.
Lukaku redemption, when he's on a redemption arc, he is unplayable. I think they win the Serie A.
Yeah, if he takes his Timberlands off and actually decides
Elena,
to get the ball properly.
Lukaku, when he has a point to prove, is on. We saw it when he was at Everton. We saw it when he was at Inter the first time.
Yes,
even last
when
season
he
at
went
Roma,
that Inter season, by the way, unbelievable.
Bro, even at Roma last year, he wasn't even that bad. He's going to be unplayable.
He was all right. He was all right at Roma.
He's going to be unplayable at Napoli. He's going to be unplayable.
I don't know. They need a new right wing back though. Di Lorenzo is fucking garbage now.
Yeah, but also the city. Well, actually, just Inter. Fine, maybe not next season. Maybe the season after. But they will.
Yeah, I was about to say nobody's beating Inter Milan. I actually have Inter Milan winning Champions League this year as well.
That would be great because I'd love that because Conte's legacy. It would be funny. Because Conte in Europe is Conte in Europe historically shit.
Oh, Conte in Europe is fucking atrocious.
I know. People were telling me
the best he ever done was a quarterfinal, and he had to beat Celtic in the round of 16 with Juve like 10 years ago.
He is awful in Europe. I don't get it, but he's awful in Europe. I mean, Pep was a bit like that for a while. Just made weird decisions in European finals.
No, we're not doing that. Pep and Conte in Europe is two completely different things.
I'm not comparing. I'm saying that Pep did do weird things in the finals for when he was in there.
Yeah, but he also won Champions League with Barcelona.
Conte's a terrorist.
Oh yeah. But I just meant with City, he was doing very weird things. But
he wasn't losing in the group stages and the fucking round of 16.
We faced a shit Barcelona team, and he played Eden Hazard as a false nine, and played 10 men behind the ball.
Oh yeah, no. Conte in Europe is actually diabolical. It's actually diabolical. Like there's no, he's historically awful.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's a flex that he went to the Europa final and lost on penalties, then that shows how bad he is in Europe.
Was that the Conference League? Was that Conte?
With us? Yeah.
You know what? It's probably a good thing you guys had COVID. And
I know. Because everyone was saying, "Oh, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win that," and I was like, "It's a European competition. We are not winning it with Conte."
He would have embarrassed you in the knockouts.
Oh, 100%. Did you watch his first game in charge? I know it was his first game, but oh my God, I was at the game and it was so bad. I mean, we won, but they went down to like 9 men, and it was like 4-3 or something. It was honestly, it was an awful first game. That was his first game in the Conference League, and I was like, wow.
Because you backed Conte heavily. So when did you turn on him?
Right. The difference with Conte to my Mourinho situation was that Conte
don't bring up Mourinho. We don't need that.
No. I'm just saying the difference.
Man. Shout out Mourinho.
The difference between the two for me was purely because I believed he was in his prime because of what he did at Inter the season before. When I started to turn on him, I mean, that first season he was pretty good. I mean, against that Arsenal game was probably the best game I've ever been to. I've not heard noise like that. It was unreal when we beat them 3-0, just FYI. Yeah. But that first season, like, he was great. But Conte in season 2 is historically not that good. And it came to show that he did the same thing again. Conte season 2 was the exact same as everyone else has. But the reason why I was excited is just purely based on the Inter situation. I turned during that second season because I could see how awful it was. It was worse than Mourinho days purely because he was so dull. I was bored. Differences with Mourinho is at least he was talking. Conte was so boring. I couldn't. It was honestly.
Elena, that's what Conte said in a press conference at Chelsea. That we have to suffer.
Yeah.
Conte does make you suffer, but also for me, Mourinho made me suffer more. Because Mourinho talks the amount of shit he does and doesn't take no responsibility. But anyway, we're not going to get into that, are we?
I mean, you just did, but first. Managed to go much better than anything.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say. I mean, surely, Scott, you're lying. Like, surely, because that was one thing he didn't do. For me, first season of Conte was great. I do totally agree. First season was great. Within that second season, if you're saying the games were better, maybe you just like different football to me then, because I was bored as hell in those games. I have never seen a duller Tottenham side, and we had Mourinho for 2 years. So yeah, that for me, I've never seen worse football at Tottenham. But yeah, I have more ammo against Mourinho because I just really hated the man.
Wait, why?
Stop it, Steve. We don't. Whatever.
Okay.
No,
he's gone.
I'll remove you as well. I'll remove you as well. Don't answer.
This is my fucking StreamYard. I pay $50 fucking dollars a month.
I don't
Do not
care.
pick me off my own fucking stream.
I'll PayPal you the balance. I don't care. We're moving on from that question.
No. I want to talk about the Mourinho thing because we were meant to have this convo a few months ago because I would take Mourinho right now at Newcastle.
I think you have to think about again, as I said earlier, having Mourinho when you don't have the checkbook or the team to keep him happy is pointless. Regardless if you like his football or not, it was never going to work at Tottenham because he threw his toys out the pram after one window. And that is what Tottenham's like. At the end of the day, you can't keep a manager like that happy if you don't have the win now players or the win now checkbook. That is just point blank, never going to work. The problems I had with Jose was when he's sitting there complaining about certain players, throwing people, not saying Ndombele shouldn't have been thrown under the bus, but he's openly complaining about Ndombele to the press, but not taking responsibility for fucking playing Chelsea and Son having his first touch in their box in the 89th minute. To me, that is a disgrace.
Which game was that?
Disgrace.
Which game?
Home against Chelsea.
Was that when we had Tuchel?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Regardless, it's a disgrace. You cannot be going to your London rivals and play that kind of football. You're scared of absolutely everyone. Absolutely everyone. The thing is, what annoyed me about Mourinho was our strengths lied in attack. We had very good attackers, but we sat back every game. We're allowing pressure to come onto that defense that cannot handle pressure all game. We would be sitting there for 90 minutes and hoping to win 1-0. And if we conceded, we would be sitting back hoping to draw a game. I want to go out to win a game, not go out to draw a game. And that's the problem. I think, especially when you look at the context of players you have, utilize the front three that we had at the time. Oh, so he's celebrating.
Yeah, no, I'm watching my MLS team play. Yeah, we win.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my issue with Mourinho. And I also didn't like how much he threw players under the bus, but not taking any responsibility himself. I think the system was always never going to work. And the relationship between Levy and Mourinho was never going to work.
Oh, Elena, besides the Levy stuff, you sound exactly like me last season with Poch.
Well, sorry, you gave me so much shit for saying that. And now you sound like me. So...
Hey,
I take
take that prime. You can hold.
Apologize. You apologize to me. I'll apologize.
Hold that. You hold that, bro.
I do think they can do better than Jose. 100%. I agree with this.
Yeah, I agree too. Actually, Newcastle don't need Jose.
See, but I want the one night stand thing. I need the trophy.
Yeah, but the one night stand only works if you have the right players. Do you think you have a team to win something?
We could go on an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. We did with Eddie Howe, bro. We did. We got to a Carabao Cup.
You can win a Carabao Cup, but I think Newcastle need to be setting their sights on a long-term project that's going to keep them in the top four, keep them winning, and building on it. Jose Mourinho is going to leave you with a bunch of players that are old, may have won you one trophy, and you'll be in a worse position after it.
Right. But at the same time, we're Newcastle. You've seen Spurs win a trophy, right? No Newcastle fan. There are 60-year-old Newcastle fans that haven't.
I totally appreciate that.
So
I totally get that.
we're in
But
kind
sometimes, yes, this comment from Scott is 100% true. What he's saying here,
no, I get that.
I think
but the
you
thing
can
is
get
about
a manager that will win you something and set you up better.
yes, and there are managers that can do that. But the thing is, if you have a Mourinho in a cup game, that is the guy to have when you have a tough
For one
game.
season.
Yeah,
Steve,
all that. That's
Steve,
why I said one night stand,
Steve,
bro.
Steve, I hear what you're saying.
Fair.
Steve, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but regardless, your squad,
mercenary vibe, 1,000%, because that will mean everything to Newcastle. That will validate the project. Yeah, go on.
Steve, you know why you're wrong? Your squad is not good enough to be winning trophies right now.
I don't.
To win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup?
I don't think.
Yes.
I think Eddie Howe had you playing. The reason why you got to that finals because Eddie Howe had you playing as a coherent team. I don't think Jose coming in now. I think also that getting to that cup final was a bit of luck for Newcastle, but you were on fire.
Our route was definitely fortunate.
I don't think Jose Mourinho gives you that. He comes in now and destroys the whole thing that Eddie Howe built.
Possibly.
It wouldn't come in and win now. That's what I'm saying. The only reason, but he's not going to stay past 2 seasons.
By
the way, Steve,
he won't this season. That's what I'm saying.
By the way, Steve, I disagree on the Elena thing. I think Jose could stay long term, but your thinking is just win now. I think that's the wrong mindset for Newcastle fans.
How can he stay long term?
Can I finish? No, hold on. Let me finish.
Yeah, go on.
You guys want to actually build something properly, so get a manager that you can actually build with.
Right.
I mean, I still believe Jose can do it, but regardless, I don't think you guys should get Jose. You pick a philosophy as a club that you want, and get a manager that matches that.
I also think, in terms of Jose staying long term, you're not wrong, but it would only be at the right club that's going to keep him happy. Newcastle will not be that club that will keep him happy.
Yeah, but that's my point. They need to pick.
Yeah, but at the same time, he would want to be at. He's talked in the past about wanting to go to Newcastle. Like he was.
Yeah, but that's just bullshit. He's never come. It's almost like Ronaldo saying he would have gone to Arsenal. He never went. So let's
but Jose was assistant at Newcastle in the 90s. So he's actually.
Yeah, I know he wants to go back, be a Magpie, all this bullshit.
Yeah,
but he will not be happy. He will not be happy.
Steve, why get him now when you can build your team, have an actual quality team in 2-3 years, then maybe you can get him to win something.
Scott's right. This comment is so true.
But that makes no sense to me. Yeah. Steve, that makes no sense to me. Steve, that makes no sense. Why not just wait a few years when your team is good enough and then go get him?
That's fair.
That's exactly what I said. I said if we got Jose in 2017, I believe we win the league because you have the right team to do it. You cannot get Jose if you don't have the right checkbook or the right squad. That's what I believe. But I do believe if we sat Poch then, we would have won the league.
Yeah, no, I still think you can build with Jose, but regardless, with Newcastle, they need to figure out what they actually want to be as a club.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're doing with
Jose, you can build. You can't build with Jose.
But again, that's not the conversation I'm trying to have. I'm trying to say with Newcastle, they need to figure out what they want to be as a club. I think with Eddie Howe, 100%. As much as I like him, he has a very limited ceiling. You need to get a
but we need to get Newcastle we'll take that limited
now. You don't get him now.
Yeah, but Steve, who cares? But Steve, right now, who cares about you guys winning? You're not winning a Carabao Cup.
No.
Yes, we could.
No, against who?
We'd be favorites for it.
Hold on. Steve. The past 2 years, you've lost to a shit Man United team and a shit Chelsea team.
You're right. This guy's right, by the way.
We had a good 11. They never had a squad under pod.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree. He made mistakes in cup games. We definitely had the right team to beat certain teams in the cup games. he made mistakes in those games. But in overall, we didn't have the right squad. You're 100% right. We had 11 players, not 24.
This is what I'm saying, Foxy, though. This is what I'm saying. Everyone thought Man City would destroy Man United in the FA Cup, but it never happened. The claim Jose had no chance in the finals. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say he had no chance. I said
no,
we didn't.
I'm not saying.
I'm saying we didn't have a ceiling to progress if we won that.
Anyway, regardless, Steve, I still think you need to focus on like your trajectory as a club.
Yeah, of course. I feel it.
In 2 seasons.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But this is the annoying part. We literally knocked out Man City.
Curry Pirate, you are Chelsea. You gave him what he wanted. Certain teams are not going to do that. That's why it worked. That's why he was able to build. Because
the money back then you could do.
But I can say that. I can also say that with a lot of managers. A lot of managers are not long-term managers.
No, I'm not saying Jose cannot do it. I'm saying with the right checkbook, he is 100% the guy you would want to do it.
Yeah.
No, I know. But I'm also making the point of a lot of managers are not long-term managers. Eddie Howe is not a long-term manager for Newcastle.
And you like
I rate him.
I rate him.
He needs to go.
I think it's certain. I think there's ceilings to every manager, right? Some managers have taken you as far as they could, which is what I believe Arteta has done at Arsenal. I think he's taken them as far as he could. And some managers are not long term, but they build under their restraints. I'm saying certain managers don't build under their restraints; they build under certain checkbooks. Would I take Oscar Bob for 40 million? It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
He's worth every penny. He's just like, bro. But here's the thing: we would have asked this last summer when Chelsea spent this money on Cole Palmer, and look how good he is.
Listen. You know what? I don't have a problem with. To be honest, if I'm deadly honest, when people said we spent too much on Richarlison, and we did, but my point is, not spending money isn't helping us. So I don't really care how much we spent on players because not spending doesn't help. I will spend whatever on players because anything's going to help than not spending at all. And Oscar Bob is a baller, so why would I say that?
He is hooping right now versus Barca. He is absolutely hooping. This preseason, he's been fucking ridiculous.
But Steve, you keep avoiding things. How are Newcastle going to do?
You're right.
Yeah, Steve, how are Newcastle going to do?
This season, bro, probably finish like 5th. That's like 5th.
That's a good season.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because we have Isak, he'll bang in goals. We have Gordon, he'll perform.
I do like
Isak. Can get goals out. Yeah, Isak's cold, man. I fucking love Isak, honestly. We have Lewis Hall. It's going to be a big season for him. Botman coming back. Need to see how he recovered from his ACL injury. That is a big one. Hopefully he'll be back and solid. Fabian Schär is still good. Nick Pope is still good. Very good shot stopper. So I'm pretty calm about the team overall. I want to see Livramento play. We had the midfield 3 of Tonali, Joelinton, and Bruno. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. Yeah, he is coming back, isn't he? Yeah.
Now he can redeem himself. He's going to have a big season, Tonali. He's got
Tonali's a baller, man.
Yeah. Prime, you said this when we signed him.
I'd swap him for Enzo on a heartbeat. I love Tonali.
Would you swap him for any of your midfielders?
Enzo. And I'm not just saying this because of the racist stuff. I said this last year.
You did. No, Prime. Are you taking Tonali for any of your midfielders?
Enzo.
Any of Newcastle's midfielders? Or any of your midfielders? Or would you swap for Tonali?
Enzo.
No, like if I wanted Nkunku, would you take Tonali? Yes or no?
No, he's an attacker. In terms of midfielders, you can have Enzo.
Okay, would you give me Caicedo if I gave you Tonali?
No, because
no.
You can have Lavia.
Obviously. Omo plus 20 million for Bob, of course.
Bro, Enzo's quality, man. People don't.
Curry wouldn't take Tonali over Enzo.
Bro, I give you Enzo, man. Enzo plus 50 more. Give me Tonali.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
Enzo plus 50 mil for Tonali, you wouldn't do
No,
it.
because I really like Tonali, man.
Oh, you're crazy. Bro,
Yeah,
that's 100. That's 150 mil.
Obviously I'm crazy.
Steve, that's basically 150 mil.
Yeah. I don't know. At the end, no, this is true. This is true. Tonali didn't play for a year.
No,
but at the same time, he's still been training with the team. He's still been playing in closed doors.
I do think he'll do very well this season.
I'm not worried.
I think generally Howe needs to get back that vibe that he had in his first season, like his first full season. And I think that, that's a bit far.
That's a fucked. Curry, you're crazy.
I mean, do you remember when Spurs fans rated
Curry
was very much like that?
Oh no, I timed them out.
That's an outrageous comment.
You were timed out for that comment, and
he's
it was
slightly, but he's an upgraded Oliver Skip.
I'll give you Skip for 50 million. You throw a Skywalk in there, and you're leaving
for a title-winning Serie A midfield.
If Tonali was at Man City, people would see how good this guy is. Man.
Yes.
They
should buy him. They should buy Tonali instead of Bruno G. If they really wanna, that would be the like for like.
I really like Bruno G.
Yes, same.
I wanted him when you guys got him. I thought we would make.
Hey, we took him off Arsenal.
I wanted Gordon.
It's a very good move. That was.
I wanted Gordon the summer we were linked with him.
Arsenal's just scored.
I remember Chelsea fans telling me,
"What a dummy!"
Ooh. I wanted Gordon.
Oh, great goal, Barca. That was nice.
Yeah.
Good cross from the left. Pretty football. That's nice. I'd take Caicedo for Tonali. Caicedo with Bruno and Joelinton would be perfect. Still rate Tonali, though. That's how the combo works. Yeah, I think that would work.
Nah, you can have Lavia.
Enzo Shelby is low-key a valid comparison. John Joe Shelby. Anyways, people.
Enzo's not shown anything in the Prem, so there's.
We do have to go as well. It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, and I got work in about an hour, so I got dip people. Look, big up everybody for joining. And Elena, of course, really having you on the channel. Good talking Spurs and football with you. A lot of fun. Trying to make it happen more often. But yeah, thanks for coming on. And Prime, of course, thanks for
having me.
No, of course. Pleasure. 100%. Yes, anyone would take Gordon for Mudryk. It's not.
No. I wanted Gordon back when we were linked with him. When he was at Everton, and people were laughing at me. I wanted to take
I didn't.
People laughed.
I didn't think much of his
quality, man. Yeah. Gordon and Tonali at Chelsea instead of Enzo and Mudryk. So
I don't have Twitter, people, but I do have Instagram. So Elena_Nicola XO on Instagram, by the way.
What is it?
Elena_Nicola. NICOLA.
You want me to post it in here?
Yeah. That's my Instagram because I saw people asking what my Twitter was.
Do you want me to post it in the chat?
Yes, go for it. That's it's 1L, not 2. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, people don't be weird.
Yeah, but that's my Instagram. But yeah, thanks for having me, and that was super fun. I think I did well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
What's up? Yeah, I got dip people. Yeah, that is. Hopefully, I got that right.
It's 1L, but it's fine. He's tagged it.
Oh, fairs. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Make sure to smash up the like button, subscribe. And yeah, check out. I might do a U.S. Women's National Team watch along tomorrow.
Come on, Simone Biles, by the way.
Oh, you like her? Fairs.
I'm a cheerleader, so I.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see you.
Very much rate the gymnasts, and she is unreal.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, take care, people. See ya. Peace.